checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams, no escape. All pain, blood stains mixed with the sweat and the chain. Adrenaline surging my veins, spit fire. Crowd chants feeding my soul's desire. Turnbuckles tremble when my wrath collides. Glory's the belt and I'm taking the pride. The squared circle where legends collide. No mercy, just a wild ride. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom, the squared circle digest. Pyros ignite, shadows dance in the glow. Ringside roar, it's a gladiator show. Chokeholds tighter than the grip of the night. Climbing the ropes to new championship heights. The mental battlefield, no room for doubt. Every move calculated, every scream a shout. The bell tolls louder than a sinner's regret. This is the place where the bold never forget. The squared circle where legends collide. No mercy, just a wild ride. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom, the squared circle digest. The squared circle where legends collide. No mercy, just a wild ride. Lights flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom, the squared circle digest. Circle Digest!
We are live. I forgot I can't hear myself in this episode, on this headset. It threw me off. I was like, wait, am I plugged in? I am Sean Stanley. That is the great Frankie Fresco. How are we doing tonight, sir?
All good, my friend. We're excited to talk some wrestling, the aftermath of Royal Rumble.
Yes. And as always, want to thank thank Sammy for the intro. I almost gave Sammy, I almost gave you Sammy's love there, man.
You could give me that love too. I appreciate the love.
No.
Sammy's okay with me.
I believe the award show is tonight.
It is.
The Fins TV award show. So I think that starts at 8. So stick with us. Till then.
Don't go away.
We're going to try to get everything in the next hour so you can jump on over there. Hey, I appreciate it, Jeff. And for the anniversary, appreciate you there.
What's up,
Frankie Fresco. I've kind of already talked about my thoughts a little bit, and I'll dive in here more on my thoughts on the Royal Rumble. But I want to hear your thoughts on the overall show of the Royal Rumble.
Well, I heard your guys' post game or post show, you and Rainy Day Podcast and those guys, Tony. Shout out to them, Adrian, and you, of course. And you guys gave a grade. So if I gotta give a grade, I would give it a strong C+ for the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
Strong C+. It was a good show.
It's an AEW production. I know. I get you.
No, it isn't. And although
hold on a minute. I'm being told next week, February 10th, 8 p.m. is the Fins TV Awards. I'm sorry. Don't go there today. Stay with us.
Well, you how about this? How about you stick with us and catch their replay? How about that? There you go.
Either way, you can come back and watch our replay. We'll pick up 2 views that way for us.
But yeah, man, overall it wasn't bad. I'm happy I predicted Roman. I was disgusted with AJ Styles, and that Sammy fight was terrible, man. Very disappointed with the whole Sammy Drew McIntyre fight. I don't know why they went that route, but whatever. It's all good. It is what it is. And then the women's, not bad, man. Liv Morgan, excited for her, bro. Excited for her. I still think that WWE dropped the ball on Monday though, and we'll talk a little bit more about that. But still, overall decent. Happy with the Royal Rumble. A little bit disappointed that there was a couple of people that did not show up. R-Truth wasn't there. They could have had Joe Henry. Oh, I didn't mention his name. Hopefully it doesn't appear. Yeah. But just guys like that, like, do you really need a La Parka? Did you really need...
Well, La Parka was the only AAA guy. Well, Mr. Iguana. I mean,
Mr. Iguana. Shout out to
yeah,
Mr. Iguana out there. Hopefully he joins us on the chat board as well.
yeah. Sure he
Um,
will. Sure he will. I have a feeling.
Lola Vice went out there for the
Yeah,
girls.
wait, your sources from the pre-show, like you said, there was no Lola Vice, no Mr. Iguana, no all this stuff, and I'm like, man, who are Frankie's sources?
Nah, well, I was trying to throw you guys off because I knew
Oh,
we had
yeah.
spoken about this
Oh,
before.
okay. We took you
I
took it
knew
the other way. Oh,
I
okay.
knew that I knew JC Jane was gonna be on there, and then I knew Lola Vice was gonna be on there. I was like, man, I gotta throw some people off, see if maybe because we gave it away on Tuesday. You had mentioned it. You were like, yo, these people are not in town. They're already. I'm like, yeah, I know, because they're in Saudi. I already know they're in Saudi. So I was like, damn, like Sean is spoiling it for people, but hopefully you guys didn't you were hopefully some of you guys fell for my trap, but I knew because Sean had already mentioned it on Tuesday. But I will say this, kind of disappointed with some of the wrestlers out there that are getting kind of like shafted, like about Ray Phoenix, man. That was it sucks, man. Like I feel like they're shafting him. Like I wasn't too fond
Well, he
about
got the SmackDown match. He was on SmackDown, so
yeah, man, but
I mean,
they
again,
did dirty in
like
Royal
I
Rumble.
told them on that show, like if you're not winning the Royal Rumble,
I did
you
hear that.
you want to get in and get the hell out, man. You're like,
Yeah, but it was embarrassing. The guy flies. Like, who was it? I think it was Brock Lesnar or Obafemi. One of them grabs him and just throws him on the side. I'm like, Jesus, they're making him look like pathetic. Same thing goes with Julia. That was another one. Julia lasted like only 5 minutes in there.
shit,
This other girl lasted a lot longer. The
yeah.
number 2 entry. What was I don't even remember her name.
Hold on, number 2 was Alexa Bliss,
No, I'm sorry. Number 3 in the entry. Number 3.
Kiana James.
Kiana James lasted like
Oh, Kiana James looked good in that match, man. Let me tell you, they
She
showed
did look
out.
good.
Yeah,
She did look good. That's why I'm telling you, Kiana James, they're gonna do something with her, and they're gonna let go of Julia because
they're
Julia.
not letting go of Julia, man. This is one of your source moves here. They're gonna let go of Julia. Then she wins the title. You're like, I was just playing. I was just
She
playing.
needs to, dude. They're just not using Julia correctly. I'm so like shocked that Kiana James is doing better than her. Kiana James wasn't even that good in NXT. So I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is. But so those are the little like stuff that I didn't like. The fact that they had La Parka. La Parka did good. Actually, he did better than Mr. Iguana, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But they had no pop too. So they were in Saudi
Yeah,
Arabia.
because
Why,
a lot
why
of
do
them
you
doesn't necessarily know. But look,
exactly? So why do you bring them?
But here's the thing: it's to branch off the AAA brand, and I think they have big things for La Parka and for Mr. Iguana as far as being more of the faces of AAA. That's why you bring them out here.
Do the Saudis care? The Saudis don't care.
Dude,
doesn't
WWE already had the Saudis money. They can give two shit. They could have brought out 67 people dressed as luchadors and they could have not cared. You had their money. They're paid already. They don't care.
That's true, but it just you don't get those pop. Mr. Iguana didn't get a pop. People, I think the Saudis were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" And same thing with La Porca. They were like, "Who?" you know. But if you would have had
same thing happened with Royce.
Oh yeah,
Royce Keys,
bro. Terrible.
You know why? I didn't know this, but AEW's not on in Saudi Arabia.
Wow.
So even though they put the powerhouse Hobbs up there,
they had no idea who the hell he was.
Saudi Arabia had no idea. Now people at home was like, "Oh, okay," but the crowd, the live crowd, had no clue.
That was cool. I like the fact that they did powerhouse
Hobbs,
and then they introduced his new name.
Yeah,
because that like you said, the people know him as Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yeah.
I think Powerhouse Hobbs is a way better name than Royce Keys, but it is what it is.
Well, you understand the Royce Keys part, right?
No. Tell me why they give him the name.
His son's first name is Royce.
Okay.
And Keys is his late mother's maiden name.
Oh, okay.
So he took it together and made Royce Keys. It's very sentimental to him.
Hey, man, if that's the reason and that's the story behind it, then good kudos for him. I still don't like it, but hey, I respect it. So yeah, so little things like that. I was happy Roman won. I mean, come on, guys. We knew Roman was gonna win.
Yeah.
The WWE promos of WrestleMania. who are in that table where they're doing poker or whatever. There it is, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Those are the guys. Why would we assume anybody else? Like the only one we kind of had a opportunity with maybe Gunther, but he had just beaten the crap out of AJ Styles. Like I didn't think Gunther was gonna win at all. Um, so that's why I kind of, in a way, I was like 50-50 on this. I didn't think LA Knight is not in that poker room table, is he? I don't think he is. So
No, but he could have been. Usually, what they do, and real quick, I want to thank Memos in the chat already. Steven Gonzalez, thank you. Vince TV actually is watching here today.
Thank you, sir.
Adrian's with us in the crowd. Appreciate you in the chat. Jeff with us, and me Papa in the chat as well. So, yeah, I lost train of thought. What were you saying?
I think I was mentioning about. Damn it! Now you made me lose my thought too. What was I talking about?
Hey, chat, what were we talking about here on the podcast? Think about this. The two guys talking. Can't even remember what the hell we're talking about.
I know we were talking about Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we were going somewhere, but I wanted to thank, because Steven Gonzalez said a minute ago about.
So you threw us off, Sean. This is what happens. This is live, and this is what happens when you decide to like throw us off. Just similar to like how CM Punk just started talking about Finn Balor instead of talking about Roman Reigns. Makes
you're talking about LA Knight and them not being at the thing. And what I was saying was, this is interesting the way they did this year. Because last year leading up, they had Charlotte won last year, which isn't no, but she was going against Tiffany.
Yes. And
that whole thing turned into a kerfuffle.
Yeah, it was terrible.
That whole shit was just terrible.
Yeah, they were having like personal shots at each other and everything.
Yeah, and then the other one was Jey Uso. They took a shot with Jey Uso. They put him against Gunther.
Yeah.
This year, I feel like they went the safe route with both of them. Roman, CM Punk, and then you're going to get Liv against, I don't know if it's going to be Stephanie. I would say Stephanie at this point, I believe, but I don't know, because
they dropped the ball.
I don't think she goes against Jade on that one, and they dropped the ball big time on that whole thing. Yes.
Yeah, we'll get into that.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Raw there. Overall, man, I liked the Rumble. I just thought.
What was your grade again?
B.
Okay.
A B. Yeah, I mean, the Sammy match was blah. I mean, but I thought they did a lot of. I liked the fact that they did the Brock Lesnar, Obafemi, face 3 times in a row.
Man, you're an idiot. This guy, bro. Screw you, Delta. Screw you. No, I'm not.
Yeah, he did tell me she was the shit.
That damn lady. Anyways, sorry for me.
No problem. All good, man. So I mean, they did. It looked like at least start having a path to some matches for WrestleMania. I don't know if they're going to be good matches or not, but they did start that. Yeah, it is going to be a shitty wedding.
Guys, do not compare me to that lady who shitted on me, please. I don't want to reminisce that. That was last week. Let's move on. We got Rumble. We got Monday Night Raw. Let's focus on the present, not the past. Giving me only 10,000 sky miles.
Yeah, but you thought the Royal Rumble pay-per-view was shit. So
I said it was a C+, a solid C+. Is that shitty?
It is.
Nah, shitty would have been like a D or an F.
No, D is failing. D is like, you might as well give it an F. That's why my grades go A, B, C, did not like, did not watch. That's it. What's a D? A D. What the? I like the way they made Lash Legend look. I thought they made her look very strong in there. Obafemi as well. I thought they made, some of the guys and gals the way they needed to look. Natalya eliminated Becky. They're going to continue that feud. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was things that happened that I thought was good to start moving along some of the storylines throughout the matches. Now, again, didn't necessarily agree with the finish of the Gunther AJ, and I did not like the Sami Zayn Drew McIntyre match. So, but I did think Gunther AJ was a good match. I didn't take away from it because they didn't give me the finish I wanted.
Agreed.
But Javon Evans was very solid. Yes. I think that's who you're talking about.
Now,
Miz
hold on. Now,
OC.
is his is he have suffering injuries? Because I saw him wrapped up on his like arm. Is that like
Yeah, I don't know how much of that is like real or how much now it's starting to become a thing for him because he's always got the tape on him ever since like in NXT when he got hurt. I don't know if they're ongoing injuries or if that's just become his new
same thing with Stephanie
like
Valkyrie?
like fashion sense.
Yeah, and Stephanie's ankle situation, like she acts like it hurts her, but then she's doing some crazy ass flips off the
Yeah.
turnbuckle and everything. So I'm like, is this like, are they really injured or are they just playing to this storyline? You know?
I think Stephanie the Care is more to a storyline because I mean I would hope unless they're gonna again you had a chance last night to write her off.
Yeah, that's why I said to myself
And
that
you know and we'll discuss that here in a little bit when we get into Raw. But yeah, so
good showing for Soruka. Soruka looks solid.
yeah,
Being one of the last three in
they
there.
did the Americanos thing. They did that in
We
there.
kind of pointed that out. Yeah, you
Yeah,
pointed that out actually. So that was pretty cool. That was clever, and they did it again on Monday. So that's not bad. You know, it had his moments. It had his moments. It feels like the Rumbles weren't bad. It's just the two other ones were well. The AJ obviously Gunther match was really good too. Like we liked it. We just didn't.
yeah. I just didn't care for the end to be that way. I guess because it's
Yeah.
like I said on the thing. I feel like they cheated the U.S. fans. AJ's last match happens in Saudi Arabia. Again, if that's the case, I don't know the whole. He came out last night to AJ's music. Then Dragon Lee comes out to make the save, like to fend for his buddy. Like I feel like there's something else going on here, but I don't know how. How do you come back from a match where you put your career on the line and you lost?
Well, okay. Well, now that you mention it, you know, I don't know if you want to talk about that. That was one of my topics I had. I don't know if you
Well,
want to talk
we
about it.
can go into Raw now and kind of again. I counted this and Raw as the fallout of
Yeah.
Royal Rumble because it bleeds over and stuff. So yeah, let's hit it.
So one of the things that we are questioning is what is next for AJ Styles? Because I think Triple H came out on the post show saying that this is he AJ Styles was just tired. He just didn't want to do any more in ring action. And there's news going on right now that there is a possibility that he's still with WWE, he's still with WWE, but he's gonna have a different role behind the scenes. Now, do you feel that's the right move for AJ Styles, or do you think AJ Styles should continue at least this whole year? Because he did tell us 2026 was gonna be his year. I didn't know it was gonna be 1 month, but and you know, I would have loved to have seen him in AEW. I would have loved them to see him at TNA. I would have loved seeing his, you know, kind of do
I think
his
if
1 year
anything,
run.
he comes back like we kind of discussed last week as a free agent. You don't sign with anybody. You do one offs, get paid per appearance if you do that. And then, you know, but again, I know he has already stated numerous times that he wanted to go down to the performance center and work with the new crop that's coming in and put his fingerprint on them. I knew that was something he wanted to do, but I like you just said, I thought we were going to get a little bit longer with AJ.
Yeah, a month kind of short, huh?
Not a month, and then it's like, okay, AJ, thanks.
He's done. And the thing, and the problem with the whole situation is that, you know, right before all this stuff, he was in TNA for a minute. Like he did the opening show for TNA and stuff like that. So he kind of teased us like he was gonna wrestle in TNA as well. So
Well,
that's
he
why I'm
didn't tease; he just went there. I mean,
well,
again,
no, he had a face to face with Frankie Kazarian. You
yeah,
remember?
he had a face-to-face Frank and he had a face-to-face with Santana. I mean, like, again,
You don't
they
have face
left
to
it.
face with people unless you
They left it open. They left it open. He
exactly.
didn't say, "I want that title." He didn't tell Frankie Kazarian, "I'm coming after you." He just ran into him and did what you know the little promo vignettes with him. So I mean, again, as wrestling fans, we tend to buy into it and read into what we would like to hope to see.
Now, if he goes and he says, "Yo, this was my last in ring performance. I don't want to continue." Okay, you've been doing this for such a long time. Why didn't you put any gloves? Why didn't you put any boots? Why didn't you do anything like that? You just stood there for like 5 minutes. People gave the kudos, which I thought that was going to be the exact thing they were going to do to him because in Saudi, he didn't have his family there or anything like that. Why didn't he go like above and beyond? Is it because they're teasing us with possibly more into this, or is it because WWE never saw AJ Styles to the level of John Cena, so they kind of said, "Yo, like we don't want you doing all that stuff." I mean, remember they went all out for it for John Cena. They gave him the whole year. They put the belts on him. He went on the turnbuckles, raising whatever he did, whatever he had to do. They gave him all his scooters. They gave him a freaking video montage of everything. Like, what do you think? Is this the right thing for AJ, or did he get like shafted by WWE?
I don't think he got shafted by WWE. I think this is them working together. I think look. I just put in when does AJ Styles contract expire? It ends February 2026.
Okay, this month.
Yep. So
At the beginning or at the end of the month?
it just says February.
Let's say it ends at the end of the month, or maybe the middle.
So what he did was
Bounce.
they did a 1-year extension due to a previous injury. So he extended it for 1 year to finish up this run. I think he's going to end up, and then the speculation on here, it says the deal expires in February after the Royal Rumble.
Ooh.
So I think he's going to end up like TNA or something, and then that's where he retires inside the ring, the company that he built.
I hope he does.
I hope he keeps the contract open, maybe does his last match at TNA, but I would like to see him do a one-off appearance at AEW and take on Kyle Fletcher or somebody, like that. Like, and I mean, there's matches to be had. I just don't want him to sign a deal with anybody. Even if TNA, I wouldn't even sign a deal with TNA. I would just be like, my last match will happen here.
He could go on indie shows too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you could be all over the place, if you want to pay for the farewell tour. But I would not link myself to any deals. I would just do my farewell tour under my terms. And I would probably do my last match in TNA, which is the company that AJ Styles built.
Yeah.
And that's where I would leave my gloves, boots. And I think he's already done it once already. I believe he did that when he left for WWE, if I'm not mistaken.
And not only that, Sean, but I think TNA needs it too, and we'll get into that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's just a bad show right now.
It's pretty bad
show.
But let's talk about Monday night. So
Yep.
I see some people already talking about it. They say Raquel should have won last night, and that's where me and you. I thought you were gonna say that this, Stephanie Vaquer thing was the right thing, but I think we're on the same page here. You think Raquel should have won this?
It was a perfect time to do it. It's a street fight, right? She doesn't have to beat Stephanie clean. You got the Judgment Day there. All the signs were there to be a screw job on Stephanie by the Judgment Day. And she fights off all three of them and then beats Raquel. I mean, and Bouncy J says right there, big sexy.
Like, look, everybody, wouldn't it have been a better story where all of a sudden now Liv might have to go against Raquel at WrestleMania?
I thought the beginning of that segment felt it was building to that.
Yes.
Right? Like, I don't want your help. Okay, fine. Boom. Raquel wins the title or whatever. And then Liv is like, since you didn't want my help, I'm going to challenge you later down the road. Not necessarily last night. But like, remember when you didn't want my help for that title? Well, now I'm going to take it from you.
Yeah.
Or something like that, heading toward, and I think it was Tony or Adrian was one of them was like, I mean, I think it should set up to that. And I honestly was like, I agree. I think as after listening to that, like, did I think that they would have Raquel beat her? No, but after listening to that, it made sense. Thinking, okay, Liv wins. And then now she goes on to take on, Raquel later, she'll go do her SmackDown thing, come back and do whatever, but ultimately you get Raquel versus Liv.
Yes.
But I don't know why they thought everything would have I don't know, man.
Let me ask you this. Do you think Triple H was playing it safe? Because, he went with Liv, he went with Roman, and he's sticking with Stephanie Vaquer. What is Stephanie doing to him? Is she giving him like, special massages or something for her to continue to
Watch
be
out,
like
man. That's bad boo boo there. No, but I
like,
mean,
what's going on? Why is he so infatuated with Stephanie? Like, you
besides
have
Becky, who else do you have on there that you
yes,
would trust, though?
man, but
I
dude,
mean,
you've been building Raquel very well.
yeah, well, they built her to lose that last night to launch the Liv versus Stephanie Vaquer, which makes no sense to me, man.
Absolutely no sense, man.
No sense. The way they built that up, that was laid out perfectly to where, even if Liv costs, there was other ways to work around it. You could have gave, another thing too. You could have given Liv that title, or not Liv, Raquel that title, took it to Elimination Chamber. Maybe Stephanie wins it back at that point, but she could have still lost it. So now you have that. Okay, Stephanie's a beatable champion, although it be in a street fight or whatever. Like, you're going to have, I guess, Liv be the first person to beat Stephanie on the main roster?
And now I mean, is Liv really gonna go challenge Jade Cargill? I highly doubt it.
Oh, no, man, no.
So I mean, I don't even know, is Liv gonna be on NXT tonight? I don't know if they.
She did not say anything about tonight. She said Friday she'd be at SmackDown. But
Okay, because remember last year I think they had Charlotte
yeah,
go
yeah, I think
everywhere.
but they've done away with that whole thing. If you're NXT, you're either going to make it to the main roster or you're going to get cut. That's
Yeah,
obvious now.
they've been shafting NXT
Yeah,
the last
that's
couple.
obvious. That's
Yeah.
obvious. NXT is nothing what it used to be.
But I will say this. Is Stephanie gonna beat Liv Morgan at WrestleMania? Like, is there a really, really good shot of her
I
retaining the
would
belt?
say I would say right now it's a 60% chance Stephanie keeps the belt.
Wow, you're going that much. I mean,
Yes.
I look, man, I like Stephanie. She's not bad, but dude, like you're putting a lot on her plate. Like I
And I
think
kind of
this
like
could
what
backfire. This could
I like
backfire.
what Steven says right here. He says, I don't think Liv will win at WrestleMania. I think Raquel will turn on her and lose the match.
I mean, that's a cool little angle you could put on there. I would have preferred just to see Liv versus Raquel. Like, why not? Like,
No, I thought it would make great sense, man. Especially after you had Liv eliminate her at the Royal Rumble.
yeah, like they kind of like brushed
Liv
it off.
eliminated her. Yeah, it's like I just like because
Like
after last night, if Raquel cannot beat Stephanie in a street fight, I don't think she gets another title shot. I don't know how
and that hurts Raquel
WWE
too.
in wrestling, you can get another shot somehow, I guess, but it doesn't make sense. If you can't beat her with weapons and everything else and all your people, now I'm supposed to expect you to beat her in a regular match?
Yeah, it does. It does make her weak compared to
To
Stephanie.
me, yeah.
Yeah, it does. It does because, like you said, Liv got involved. So did Roxanne, and she still was able to pull it off. And let's not forget that Liv. I mean, she didn't even lose because of Liv getting involved, right? Like, because you could have, like, if that would have been the reason, then okay, I could understand their logic. Oh man, that little Liv got involved because Liv wanted to give the belt and all that stuff. But that wasn't even the ending. You still
No,
had
she handed Liv the belt
yeah.
and then she missed or whatever the hell happened. And then that's just bad spot on the table.
Dude, that was
but,
so bad. And
it
then
is what it
and
is.
then you had Roxanne climb the turnbuckle. So I'm like, Raquel can't use telling Liv, "Oh, I lost the belt because I told you not to get involved, and you got involved," because that wasn't even the
Yeah.
moment
If
that
Liv would have
cost her.
swung the belt and hit Raquel,
Perfect.
that changes it. But
Yeah.
yeah, no, there's
So
no reason.
whose fault is that? Is that the storytellers saying that, or is it maybe a blunder
Well, it
by?
depends if they try to go back that route, or now maybe. Remember what happened to LA Knight when he had the blunder on Unreal?
Yep.
It killed all his momentum in a way. So maybe if there was supposed to be something else to happen that we don't know about, and it got whatever in the ring,
Point. Yeah.
I mean,
That's why it kind of triggered me to put two and two together because I was like, I don't like how can you sell us Raquel
you can't.
getting her opportunity cost because of Liv if that wasn't even the last moment, like there was no
None of it.
blunder there. So
No, they can't. Because again, after Liv gets put down, then Roxanne comes out, and then she goes for a Tiana bomb, and then goes up top, and then that's when it all changes. So
Yeah.
Nobody cost her anything. You
No.
lost it. You lost it, Raquel. You are not big sexy. You're a big loser.
Another big loser out there, unfortunately. And what's up with the Philly crowd? How are you guys not gonna go wild when the
Oh,
Bella twins come
that
out?
was hurtful, dude.
Dude, that was
Oh,
painful to watch the
God. I was
Bella
like,
twins.
oh.
I was like, no
And then they're
way, man.
chanting because she's dating the kid on the Eagles.
Yeah.
What's his name?
I don't know his name, but she even took a shot at the Eagles because she thought
Yeah.
they were taking a shot at her. And then that's when her
She's like,
sister was
Pro Bowl, baby.
yeah, because the sister told her, look,
It was bad, bro.
you're
It
cheering
was
the guy that
bad.
you're dating, bro. That's the reason why. And she's like,
Yeah.
oh snap, I made a mistake. That was so bad, bro.
Oh, it was terrible, bro. That was the worst thing. I was like, for 2 minutes, I did not watch it live, of course. I was out at dinner. So I came home, and it was the best part. I was able to just go, oh, this is bad. Fast forward.
Dude, absolutely no pop for those two girls, man.
Yeah.
And it sucked, man.
That's
Like,
what it was. They were saying "coo" for Cooper DeJean. That's who she's
that's the
dating.
kids, yeah.
And she's like, "Are you booing me?" Like the Eagles going to the. I was like, "Wow."
it was so bad, bro.
That was so bad, bro.
I was
so
like,
bad.
what is going on here? And then, like, Bree tells her, no, man, they're cheering for your man. And kudos to him, man. She's how do you call it? Rocking the cradle. So I mean, good for him. Like he went up. He went and he's dating a hottie, right? An older woman, because he's like, I think he's like 20 something. So at the end of the day, then they go and they reveal to themselves that they're gonna be challenging for the tag team belts, but it doesn't matter because you didn't even come out. You didn't even bring out Rhea Ripley and Io. Like
It should have been Rhea Ripley and Io though. Who it should have been was Bailey and Lyra, because that's who they eliminated in the Royal Rumble.
Very good. Somebody
You bring them out, and then But I mean, I think what happened was Triple H was back there in the back and was like, nobody else is going out for this. Just kill this.
He's like,
cut it off.
This was bad, bro. This was really bad.
That was the most uncomfortable watching. I like fast forward like a minute, and I put it back on, and they're still just like standing there like, like what is going on here?
Yeah, Steven, that cougar status, baby. Yes, I am jealous at Coop, bro. He's a lucky man, 22 years old and smashing the 42. I like it. It was bad, and we all knew it. And your logic makes perfect sense. In my eyes, anybody could have just come out and probably.
You got to send somebody out to be like they're the first challengers for them. I don't care if you send out, make up a group. I don't care, but send somebody out there to save them.
Bring Meech from SmackDown.
What's the life? The little circle. What is that? The little
a lifeline,
like the lifeguard. Yeah, throw a lifeline, something, man. Jeez.
Yeah, Maxine Dupree or
yeah, man, do something at that point, man.
Somebody out there, bro, because it was rough, man.
You know what? It felt like the Grammys. They started playing their music, and then it was like, oh, that's it. All right, let's go.
Well, they honestly thought that they were gonna get a pop, and the Saudi crowd, they were doing the yes chant because of
but
Bree's
Philly
husband.
Philly's not like that, man. Philly don't care about them, bro. That's why I also thought that was the worst place to have Stephanie Valkyrie and Raquel do a street fight.
Because of the crowd?
Yes, they're ECW. They want tables. They want violence.
Well, that match wasn't that bad. It was decent. It was okay. It just sucked that we didn't get to see Stephanie Valkyrie all out. She was wearing pants. So I don't know. I don't know why she was wearing pants. I'm a little bit confused about that one. But
she's probably packed up for the winner.
Or maybe, maybe she is packed up for the winner. I don't know. I was kind of curious because or maybe because it probably is pretty cold over there in Philly still.
And you saw Nikki Bella spoiled Brie Bella's entrance at the Royal Rumble, right? You know that, right?
No. What happened? What'd she do?
She came out in her get up and she was 02.
Oh my god!
She had never wore that. So 01 is always Brie.
See, but Sean, you're so like into this, like I didn't catch that, like dude, like that's why you're like the best, man, because you catch those things like that. I didn't think about that. Now that you bring it up, so that's clever, that's smart. But at the end of the day, I mean, they did it. They had a good pop. They had a good little, show.
They had a good pop in Philly. It just fell apart once they got in the ring. It just was bad.
But let's see, because Bree says that she came out. I think I don't know if it was in their podcast or something. She came out, or Chris Van Fleet. I don't remember. I know Nia Jax was in the Chris Van Fleet thing, but she was mentioning that she wanted to come back because she saw that the women's roster was stacked, and she wanted to
Yeah.
kind of like, she was
Well,
tired of sitting
Brian
home.
Danielson was on the Van Vliet podcast in one time. They took it from a while ago, and said that Nikki Bella is back. I think it was when Nikki returned. He straight up asked Brian Danielson, "Will Bree be back?" And he said, "Bree told me that she will not return as a singles. She will only return as a tag team."
Okay.
And then you saw what has happened. So.
Wow, Bounce, you're really noticing a lot of things, sir. I like it. Bounce is another very detailed person noticing that on Live. I like it. Talk to me, man. What's up? Besides that horrendous Brie Bella segment, what is going on with Gunther? Why the hell is Dragon Lee out there? Who
I
cares
don't know
about
what the hell
Dragon
that
Lee?
was. That's why I was like,
What is this
if
guy
anything,
doing?
give me another legend. The career killer. Like, come on, man. I mean, what's he gonna do? Break Dragon Lee in half and end his career now?
Well, he should end Dragon Lee's career because he sucks.
He might have ended it last night. He had him hanging from the sleeper hold off the apron.
Here's my question: where are they going to go with this? Because they were pasting it on our screens. Career killer. Who's out there? Whose career is he going to kill now? Rey Mysterio? Is that who's?
I would say probably that would make sense for the Dragon Lee part of it. If Rey is next, and then going to Randy, Jericho,
But Randy's in
R-Truth, Miz. I mean, you could start lining up all the older guys. You could just start lining them up. Bam, 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 bam. New roster.
Here's my issue with this whole situation. I think they bit too much on this career killer storyline because you did a lot with John Cena. You did a lot with AJ Styles. There's nobody, maybe Rey Mysterio, but I don't see Rey Mysterio want to retire. Is he going to retire Randy Orton? Randy Orton's in SmackDown, so I don't even see Randy Orton coming to Raw or him going all the way to SmackDown to mess with Randy Orton. Like, and if you're going to do career killers on Dragon Lee or The Miz, I mean, those guys, they're nowhere near the level of AJ Styles and John Cena, even a Goldberg, even though you don't like Goldberg. But I think they bit too much. I think they're messing up on this because I think they ran out of people. And I think they got to get rid of this career killer thing because they don't have anybody next.
Yeah, but if he keeps taking people out, they can kind of make it, it doesn't have to just be everybody retiring. It can just be what he did to Dragon Lee and they disappear for a couple months or whatever, and then they come back, whatever, I mean.
It just feels
there's ways to work this. I mean, again.
A huge drop-off from Cena and AJ to Dragon Lee.
Well, you're going to drop off once you pass Cena and AJ anyways. What are you going to do? I mean, unless you throw Orton out in February or WrestleMania. I mean, you only have so many people that you can put up. What are you going to bring back The Undertaker for one more night? One night only, The Undertaker. Boom, he's gone.
Yeah, you bring Undertaker. I mean, I don't know.
Kane comes back for one night only.
This is what I feel. They should not have put that label of career killer because they don't have anything else to fall back on.
Yeah, but they put that on them so they don't have to put a belt on them.
I get you don't okay, but again, that's fine. But you took care of it on Royal Rumble. Let's make the next move. He could have easily gone ahead and said, okay, now that we've gotten rid of all of these old geezers and they're out of wrestling, now I'm gonna go ahead and pursue CM Punk, or now I want to do he could say I'm going after Roman Reigns for eliminating me in the Royal Rumble, something of that nature. They kept this stupid storyline of career killer, and they bring on.
That's only because they got to keep it going. I think he's going to eliminate somebody at the at WrestleMania. I mean, I'm sorry.
I think he needs to have a fight at WrestleMania.
No, but it's going to be a career. It's going to be a match. I guarantee you. That's probably Rey Mysterio. That's why they had Dragon Lee come out and Finn for thing, but he's also Rey Mysterio's little buddy. So Rey Mysterio comes back and is like, da-da-da-da-da, and he's like, well, I'm going to end you.
Well, I mean, hopefully Rey Mysterio stays healthy because, I mean, I thought he had gotten hurt. I was surprised that I saw him at the Royal Rumble because he looked like
he was hurt. He got hurt at the Royal Rumble again, so I don't know what happened. I didn't see when he got eliminated.
but it just doesn't look good. So we talked about Gunther. I did, and shout out to Bounce. He said the jacket though was cool. And you notice what I thought about the jacket for a split second?
MJF.
Yes. Did you guys notice
Yeah,
that? If
yeah,
you
yeah,
guys
yeah.
noticed that, I noticed that. I was like, yo, are he's trying to throw like a little, like nugget here for a couple of years? Maybe we get a little bit of NJF in the WWE world because he had the same color as
Yeah,
as,
the
as
stitching on his jacket was like MJF's scarf. Yeah.
yes, definitely. So I was
Yeah.
like, yo, well,
You know, we didn't talk about the Masked Man.
we didn't talk about them and we didn't talk about the Americanos. So
Yeah.
the Masked Man. Did you like the beginning of it? Because Braun Breaker went all crazy, started breaking
I
stuff.
loved what they did at the Rumble, and then I loved the way they started Raw. Um, again, because Breaker is the guy that wrestles and does everything with emotion. Because did you see? And this one, this is somebody else picked this up, and I saw a tweet on it. Logan Paul staring at Braun Breaker behind his head,
Okay.
and is kind of like, bam, bam, bam. So now they're like, oh, this, which I don't think, because Logan Paul is taller than everybody else. I can't see that the mask guy was him, but they're trying to create all this. Like when Adam Pearce said, last time I saw a masked man, it was Austin Theory.
Yeah, then he looked at Austin Theory
And
first.
Braun Breaker turned around and looked at him, and it's like, this is the guy that will just, turn on anybody if they had to. And then they did that because when I saw it, I saw a beard through the mask. You could see a beard when he went to pick him up.
You're not confusing that with the or the original Grand Americano because he had a beard
Yeah,
too.
OG
yesterday.
original Grande Americano got a full beard and muscles in places I didn't know had places. That dude came back built, boy. Let me tell you.
I saw that beard from a mile away. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
he's growing that beard, huh?
Yeah,
But
but I saw the beard, but then I was like, I went into the post show going, it was Seth Rollins,
yeah,
but then somebody brought up Finn Balor,
yeah.
and then I looked at the picture of the thing, and I'm like, damn, that the body doesn't look like Finn Balor. And then I start looking at it, and I go, the only other person that could be that would be Austin Theory as well. Again, if he's the mask guy again. But I don't know. But again, that's where, again, as they did with the other mask guy, they sent out Montez Ford one time. They sent out, you don't know that you're going to get the same mask guy. The only thing I didn't like, and I'm trying to think back through Raw last night, is there was no mask guy on Raw, right?
No. Thank God. Thank God there was no mask guy. I didn't like the mask guy in Royal
I
Rumble.
love the mask guy.
You want to
man.
know why? Because this is the same repetitive stuff over and over again. How about the times when Jimmy Uso would go ahead and grab and pull Roman Reigns from during their whole tribal era and all that stuff? Same crap. Like, come up with some new originality, bro. We've had masked men all the time. R-Truth was a masked man. Austin Theory's a masked man. Jay and Jimmy have been masked men. Come on, dude. Like, come up with some creativity. What's up with the storyline telling? It's so repetitive. We've seen
Dude,
this.
what
This
do
is
you
nothing new.
Because what are you going to do that's new, honestly?
Well, we gotta sit down and think about it. That's when you make the big bucks, right? The storytellers make the big bucks. Come with some creativity. Look at us when we're talking on the show and we do the pre and post and some of the stuff. We come up with some
Yeah, but
great.
Frankie, it's not like what do you have them come out in a sheet?
No.
But I'm saying, but if you want to keep somebody a mystery in wrestling, it's a mask.
No, man, but the same.
There's no other way to do it unless you got a guy in a box and all done. You just see a fist fly out, and what? Then what? You can't. What? I mean, there's no way to hide somebody's.
I mean, look, when they did, and I'm just thinking out loud. When they did the whole Jade Cargo thing, that they broke her in half and she was like laid out on the front of the car and all that stuff. There was no masked person. And people were questioning what is going on here, who did this, and stuff like that. You could come up with stuff like that. You don't need to have a masked man always show up.
So,
let me go.
Braun Breaker's gonna run to the ring, trip, run into the barricade, run into the steps, slam his head on the ground, roll himself in the ring to be eliminated by Obafemi.
No, you probably didn't even need the masked man in this Royal Rumble. Is what I'm trying to say.
I disagree.
You didn't need him.
I disagree because now you got rid of Braun Breaker without him having to look weak.
he wasn't gonna look weak if he lost to Obafemi. He could have stayed in the Royal Rumble for a minute. That would have been
No,
entertaining
the
instead
whole
of
thing
just
at the
having all.
beginning was to have everybody eliminated by Obafemi.
Yeah, but that
Obafemi eliminated the first 5 people.
yes, but you could have eliminated those first 5 people, but you didn't have to eliminate Braun Breaker. He could have just stayed there still. So like it would not have hurt Braun Breaker. Is what I'm at. It
But it
wasn't.
would have not helped. Again, Obafemi being the ruler of the world. Last night he took out a tag team, the Viking Warriors.
Where was those guys? I haven't seen those guys in a while. They just
Yeah, no, I bounced DJ. I've heard people say Adam Pearce. And again, they could throw out different masked men, doing whatever. So it could be Adam Pearce in the end. I don't know. But the one that did the running at the Royal Rumble was not Adam Pearce's body. If you watch him standing over Braun Breaker, it is either a Finn Balor or, one of a smaller framed person.
But do you guys? Let me ask, Bounce and I think this is the first time we say you miss, right? You miss.
No, it's UM is OC.
You miss OC.
No,
I'm just gonna.
you miss.
How do you say his name? You what?
It looks like it's UM.
Look, I'm
is
just
OC.
all right. I'm just gonna call him UM, okay? Because he
There
must
you
be
go.
he must be a Canes fan. So
It is.
UM, he goes and he says, "Hey, it brings the illusion of Seth Rollins." Okay, I get it. It does bring the illusion of Seth Rollins, but here's it's Oscar. Okay, yeah. You know what? I'll call you Oscar then, because I don't want to call you UM if you're not a Canes fan. But let's just be real. If
Wait, is Oscar Rojas?
it could be Oscar Rojas from the Big O Show,
Yeah.
could
Is
be
that it?
Oscar.
Or is this Oscar?
But he'll answer on the
Yeah,
chat
no,
board.
go ahead.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, are you guys not tired of seeing masked people all the damn time coming in
No,
all
man,
black and
they're
all stuff?
called
Tell me, you guys
luchadors.
tell me. You tell
They're
me.
called luchadors.
No, man, this thing get some originality out there, bro. We need something new, bro. Something
Man,
new.
let
And don't
me
tell
tell
me,
you-
Frank. Don't tell me,
let me-
Frankie. Where you
listen,
where you
hold
come
on.
up? Because I'm not a storyteller.
tell you-
I'll sit down and talk about it.
Different Oscar. Okay. Good deal. But Oscar, thank you for joining, my man. When I wrestled down here in South Florida, I lost as Sean Allen. I lost a loser leave town match. Heartbreaking in the independent scene when you lose a loser leave town match, okay?
Yeah,
Do you know what happened a match later?
they probably put a mask on you.
I came out as the Blackheart under a mask. And you know what's funny? I had these sleeves so I could cover my tattoos so nobody could see. And they said, no, the whole thing is so they know it's you. Okay.
That wasn't a bad idea. And people, did they boo you when they noticed that it was you?
No, yeah. My whole thing was I went in and I just, it was with Bruno Sassy, and I just beat the tar out of him, bloodied him up, beat him out of the building, and that was it.
I mean, you and me in the future can have a match like loser league squared circle digest. No, we're not gonna do that.
Let's do it, man.
The show would never be
Let
the
me ask
same.
you in the chat, who wants to see a loser leave the Squared Circle Digest between me and Frankie Fresco?
Don't do it. Don't do it, guys. Don't do it. Don't fall for his trap. You don't know. You know damn well he'll be eliminated out of this, and I'll have to. Run the
Steve
show by
Gonzalez
myself.
says, no way, I'd rather see masked men than those stupid ass Americano characters.
Well, okay. So, did you like the Americano situation now?
I like it just as entertainment wise. I mean, I think Chad Gable and
yes, Bounce. Yes, Bounce. Thank you, Bounce. Thank you.
Dude.
Yes, Bounce. Correct. Some creativity, bro. They're getting paid. They're getting paid. Come on, man.
Yes, but Frankie, let me ask you this, okay? If we wanted to keep you a secret on this show, okay? You got to see your body and everything else. What creatively can we do to mask your appearance, but still have all of the ability to do what you need to do?
You could send somebody out there and they don't have to be masked. And then when he calls that person out, like they could have, like they could come up with some creativity. They could have done something. He's like, "Yo, I was sent by somebody, so don't come after me. I did what I got paid to do what I had to do."
Now you're getting into a action killer movie here. Sir, don't kill me. I'm the messenger. Well, who you really want is and you don't tell him, and then he grabs you by the throat, and you're like, it was Roman. It was Roman.
No, you don't cave in. You don't cave in.
Oh, okay.
You don't cave in, or you could throw a random name. See how creative? Look how creative you could do this. You great, and then you throw out a name. It really wasn't Roman. It was Seth, and you're like, it was Roman. It was Roman, and now you develop a fight just on a hypothesis of like, yo, nobody knows this is what really happened. Like, who the hell's spreading all these rumors and stuff like that out of the blue? You don't have to always do a masked guy. They did it with the tribal chief all these years when it was the whole bloodline. Sammy did it. Come on, man. Like, you gotta work on some creativity. Get some originality. I look, and I know that Steven is saying that he doesn't like the masked man. But in a way, I kind of wanted Chad Gable to come out. I wanted Chad Gable to come out and confront
Well, I
the
thought
Grand
what he should have
Americano.
done was came out and then ripped the mask off in Chad Gable's back.
Nah, because then you're giving too much to the fans. You're
On
letting them
Monday,
know.
on Monday, not the Royal Rumble. The Royal
No,
Rumble could be whatever.
on Monday
but,
too. He should have not
but,
done
but
that.
I mean, it's like those two are the world's worst kept secret. Like it's like
That is true.
it's like the Titanic movie. When you watch it, you're like, bring on the water. I know what happens.
But are we gonna get Americano versus an original
Yeah.
Americano at
Yeah,
WrestleMania?
and to be honest, I think the OG Americano's probably gonna get two people to help him, and you'll probably get a 6-man.
Oh no, don't do all that.
Americano, Alpha, and Bravo, or whatever they're called, and yeah.
That's too much, bro.
Yep.
No, I
Maybe all of
mean,
it.
I don't know. I'm not feeling that much, but I guess you could say that. I
Get
guess
the
if you
Creed brothers dressed up as Alpha and Bravo now, since they're not doing anything.
Creed Brothers have fallen so bad.
Yep.
It's just pretty bad right now. All right, so we've been dancing around the main thing. Now it's the moment to talk about it. Talk to me, sir. What did you think about that final promo of the night between CM Punk and your man, our tribal chief?
I thought they did what they needed to do. I wish they would not have done it so soon, though. I hate the fact that the Raw after, like, then why didn't he just do it there? Like what Cody did when he called Roman, he pointed at Roman. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like give a little bit of intrigue. We got till April 19th or April 18th is the first night. April 19th is the second night. Let it go. You could have Roman show up at SmackDown, confront Drew. There's something there. And then you come back and do that promo. I just felt it was like, we need something to hit a grand slam. So this is what we're going to do. And we're going to do it now. It felt not the promo was gold, but it felt rushed to get there that quickly. To me, it wasn't needed. You could have waited a little bit.
Okay, for me, I thought it was perfect. I thought it made sense.
Oh, no, makes sense.
Who cares
Yes.
about Drew? We don't care about Drew. Second of all, there's still some WrestleMania tickets out there, so they need to sell them. So what's the best way to sell them? By promoting already the main event. Hey, it's CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. That's what people want to see. That's what we want. Now,
You could have waited a week, though. You could have waited a week.
No,
At least sent Roman to SmackDown like you're doing with Liv. Like,
why do you need a teaser on SmackDown? We know that he's not going to go against Drew. He doesn't care about Drew. He cares about CM Punk.
I get that, but he could go there, lay Drew out, keep my name out of your mouth. Then you think, oh wait, there's a chance when there's really no chance. He's going after CM Punk.
No, because then the creativity is again the same crap like last year when Cody was going. I think it was Cody was going everywhere as well, like challenging.
They did
people.
that with everybody. They did it with, with everybody.
We don't need
That's
that.
the
We
thing.
don't need that. We don't
Here's
need
the
that.
thing.
I
Here's the
like
thing.
it. Straight to the point.
No, but
I'm
CM
challenging
Punk,
you, CM Punk.
Roman Reigns doesn't need anything. The fact that the real reason is they respect each other, but they don't like each other, and that's legit. They're not hangout buddies. They're not going to be. Yes, they're cordial to each other and everything else, but one thinks they're the best in the world, and the other thinks he saved pro wrestling. The fact that when CM Punk walked in and said, Finn Balor, I saw your thing. You see Roman behind him going, he walked by me and talking about Finn Balor? Like that.
That's disrespectful, bro.
That respect there?
How dare he?
You
do
know?
that?
And again, this writes itself from everything.
No, but
the fact when he pulled it out, he said, you made life hard on me, CM Punk, because 10 years ago, you went on your friend's damn podcast and started blabbing. You made my life harder here in the WWE because of you. That's legit stuff. It's real stuff. That's why, again, this to me is where the bloodline stuff was real to Roman. That's why he makes it work so good, because it's real. It's a part of it that he can grab and know that it's real. It's not Roman Reigns in the Shield where you're playing a character. No, this is Joe Anoa'i and Anoa'i, and this is him. This is what he's thinking. That's why that promo hit so well and others fell flat.
Yeah. I hope people took notes back there, bro. Because those guys were going in.
Oh, bro, they're all in. They're all in. I don't know how. And again, they could get this going till April. I there's so much there. But how do you keep them from blowing up and going after each other without like doing everything to that moment to where it escalates and it happens at WrestleMania.
Well,
That's
remember,
going to be the key to this.
it looks like Elimination Chamber we're gonna get CM Punk versus Finn Balor, right? Because that's in Chicago.
Probably, yeah.
There's no way.
CM Punk is on that card.
Yeah,
100%.
there's no way he's not wrestling in Chicago.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I do agree with Oscar saying Roman is limiting his appearances. Maybe that's why he probably went ahead and made the statement. I like the fact that he didn't play around the bush. He just went all in, bro. And he said, yo, I'm going after you, and it's done no matter what. And I think it made perfect sense. It was the last promo I felt that was that like legit was the Seth Rollins CM Punk promo right before the Netflix, when they went at it as well. And those guys were like just going at it. I remember, I think Punk was saying that he got like stabbed or something like that with like, I don't remember, something in his back or something like that. Arrows or something like that, what he was saying. But it was really, really good. If you guys haven't, go look it up on YouTube. I saw it on YouTube because I started going back. I was like, let me take a look at some of these promos with these guys. Like, remember last year they had the three guys, the contract signing, and they had Roman Reigns sitting there, and then CM Punk was sitting there, and then Roman Reigns tells CM Punk, hey, you need to acknowledge me. I am finally bringing you to the main event. You're headlining WrestleMania because of me, bro. You're fine. And then, he was looking through the contract, and then Paul Heyman comes and says, I know what you're looking for. It's that you're headlining WrestleMania. All that stuff. All that was really, really good. And that segment was really good. There you had the cocky Roman Reigns because he was with the wise men and all that stuff. Now you're getting the Roman Reigns that, like you said, he is just raw. Hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm going to do, and I'm going to whoop your ass, and I'm going to beat him. And you guys know that I'm a CM Punk fan. I'm a huge CM Punk fan. But man, dude, I am torn. I like our tribal chief. I like this tribal chief momentum. Built it from the beginning and keep riding it and watch. You'll see. People are going to feed off of this no matter what. And somewhere in between, you throw Finn Balor in there. So I thought they nailed it. I think they did the right thing. I don't need to see him go to SmackDown, bro. That's just me.
I just wish they could have waited another week, or not even 2 weeks, just next week. Something. Just to make it like, oh, he might be going after Drew. But again, if that was the path they wanted to go, they nailed it last night. They nailed it. I mean, that was a great promo.
Question for you. So now that we know that Roman is going for CM Punk, Elimination Chamber, winner goes for Drew McIntyre. Am I correct? That's how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to make sure. I hope my boy Trick Williams.
Well, usually that's the way it goes. Yes, the other champion is decided in the Elimination Chambers. But I have a feeling they're going to worm this into a triple threat.
At WrestleMania?
Yeah.
For the Drew belt or for the CM Punk Roman Reigns
the Drew belt? The Drew belt.
So if you do a triple threat, who are the other two opponents for Drew McIntyre?
Cody, and Jacob.
You think they'll put Jacob in there, bro? I don't know, man. I think getting...
Think about this. The elimination was Jacob throwing Cody over the top rope.
Yes.
Cody holding on, swinging back up Claymore, out. Jacob Fatu staring at Drew.
Do you really want to see Jacob or Cody in WrestleMania against Drew? Can't you just have Cody and Jacob be a match in WrestleMania and have somebody else go with Drew McIntyre? I would prefer that, to be honest with you. That's what I
Yeah,
would
but
want.
I just think that I have a feeling, and this is where, like, we'll discuss the other thing that I
Uh,
feel this is going to be. It's trying to think the right way to word this because I haven't figured out exactly the right way of it. I feel like WrestleMania is going to be the beginning of a Triple H led faction versus a bloodline faction for creativity of the WWE. And I believe they bring The Rock back.
I
I
don't think they're
believe
gonna go that far.
WrestleMania ends with Jacob Fatu and Roman Reigns as your heavyweight champions.
I don't see that. I don't think that's gonna happen. I don't see The Rock coming anytime soon. To be honest with you, I'll be surprised It wouldn't be a bad idea, but I don't see it happening. I just don't see that evil villain type of Vince McMahon with Triple H, in my opinion. I don't see it.
No, no, no.
At
Triple
least
H will probably end up being the babyface in this.
even worse.
Because
I
when you
don't.
look at his team, it's going to be Cody. It'll probably end up somehow being like Seth. It'll be CM Punk. It'll be, those guys. And then you'll have the bloodline basically with The Rock again.
But again, we're relying so heavily on The Rock. I don't know, man. I don't
Well,
think
no,
it's
because
needed.
again, with him going on ESPN saying, I gave them 2 years and they couldn't find somebody to replace me.
Yeah, but
Creativity.
I think people blew that up more than what it was, bro.
It could have been. It could have been. But at the same time, it's thrown out there just like the whole thing with the Cody and thing and the Cody crybabies took over. They changed direction. I think they're trying to see like the temperature of the room to see because again, if this goes, you're going from WrestleMania to Survivor Series War Games where Triple H led team will meet the Rock led team for
Yeah.
power of the WWE.
I
And you
mean,
still have the Vision on the outside looking in. So could Paul Heyman throw his ring in there?
I don't
Again,
know.
it's something there that I would like to see that with the three of them if they did that. But again, I know it's probably thing, but it feels like it's setting up to where you could possibly get Jacob and Roman as your heavyweight champions, and then that would be a perfect time to be like, hey, Triple H, your creative is not working. And
I,
then
I, for me, and I like your way of thinking. I think it's an interesting way, and if they want to go that route, that would be possibly something that would work. My way of looking at it would be leave that Jacob Fatu, Cody Rhodes fight, build it even more, build it to WrestleMania, Elimination Chamber. You could put in either Randy Orton, you could put in Obafemi, you could put in any of these guys in there. Remember, Obafemi got cost with that match with Cody Rhodes because of Drew McIntyre as well. Let's say you built up that elimination chamber and all of a sudden you have Obafemi win it, and then it's Obafemi versus Gunther and against Drew McIntyre, and then all of a sudden you have Obafemi versus Drew McIntyre, and then Jacob Fatu gets involved where it causes Obafemi to win it because you don't want Obafemi to win it right away either. So and Drew still is able to retain. So
yeah,
you
but you
could
also
do
have to
different angles
remember
like that.
after Drew interfered with the Oba, he interfered and took out the whole match, Cody and Jacob Fatu, at the Saturday Night Main Event a week
Correct.
before the Royal Rumble.
Correct. So there's angles there. There's multiple angles because that's how you could put all these things together. You could involve Obafemi because you were trying to sell Obafemi as like a big star, and as you heard or rumors are, it doesn't look like Brock Lesnar and Obafemi. Like I was reading stuff that Brock Lesnar was just like a one-time thing, and he's gonna take some time off. So I didn't see anything saying that that's what's gonna be planned. So
Well, they teased it 3 times in a row. So, and again, he can take off all the way up until the week before WrestleMania, and Obafemi's killing somebody, and the music hits, and they go face to face, and they both look at the sign, and that's it. Match made.
again, I like this is what I would hope. I want to see who are going to be the competitors in the elimination chamber. I hope they put Obafemi in there. I would like Obafemi to win. I would like to see Obafemi versus Drew McIntyre
It's too
in
soon for that.
WrestleMania. In WrestleMania,
Too soon.
Jacob Fatu comes in, gets involved. It costs Obafemi the belt, or you could go ahead and get even um this guy. Well, no, Brock Lesnar. You could still have Brock get involved because Brock is going to get involved with Roman Reigns and CM Punk because of the fact that Roman Reigns was, I think it was Roman Reigns who eliminated Brock Lesnar from the Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. So there's so many angles you could do. That's the reason why I don't see them going. I wouldn't want them to be, hey, a triple threat between Cody, Jacob, and Drew McIntyre because I don't think it's needed. I like what Oscar said. I think that story is already cooking between those two guys. You don't need to put Drew in it. Like, just let it roast. That's another fight you could have in there in WrestleMania, and I think it'll live up. You don't need a belt on that one. There's so much heat between those two guys. You don't need a belt in reality, and I
Yeah, but
think
that's
it would
why
work.
I think that match happens at Elimination Chamber.
Maybe. That's a good possibility. Steven Gonzalez says, I would love to see Brock against Gunther. Let's see if it ends Brock's career. Yeah, right. That's another guy that might be, he did tease us that he was going to end his career soon, too. So that's another one that could be Gunther versus Brock Lesnar in the near future. So, but yeah, I mean, look, they got plenty of angles. We got to see what they do on SmackDown, see where they're going to go with this. If I had to pick Elimination Chamber opponents, I would love to see definitely at least two guys in there, which would be Obafemi and Trick Williams. I would love to see those two guys at least in the Elimination Chamber, especially if they're going to go up against Drew McIntyre in WrestleMania. And then, of course, I don't know, maybe Sammy's back in the Elimination Chamber. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see what happens with Sammy. But anything else you wanted to talk about as far as Royal Rumble and Monday Night Raw before we move on to, I think, one of your topics, which is NXT? John?
No, I'm just looking at the thing because it'll be a SmackDown Elimination Chamber, and somebody has here as the predicted participants:
Okay.
Rhodes, Fatu, Damian Priest, Randy Orton, Trick Williams, Dragunov.
Dragunov. Why would you stick in Dragunov? I don't think Dragunov is going to be in there.
I don't think Obafemi's in the Elimination Chamber. I don't think that's going to happen.
We'll see.
That seems far fetched to put him in. You just had him eliminate a whole tag team. Now you're going to put him in a cage with 5 guys. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Throw him in there. He's a machine. He can handle it.
I'm not saying he's not. I just think you're hurting everybody else. I mean,
And he wins. They're building up
we'll
like a
see.
beast. All right. NXT.
Yep.
Our girl Ava leaves. What's going on right now in NXT? Did
I
they
haven't
say
turned
anything?
It on, man. They got the ladder match for the new title.
Yes.
The
So,
heavyweight champion. Sorry.
my question to you, sir. Does NXT get a new general manager?
I mean, the way they are discount shopping over at the NXT right now. I don't know
Yeah.
what the hell's going on over there.
They're getting rid of
But
everybody
apparently
else.
this was an Ava decision.
She was.
And apparently it's one it looks like she's been wanting to make for a while after what she posted, and then she has deleted her account. There's no
Yes.
more Ava WWE account.
Nothing.
So it's
Ava wants to do in-ring performance, right? She wants to wrestle.
well, I thought that was what she wanted to do, but it appears now that she really just wants to go more into production, which her parents own $7 production studio. So it looks like maybe she's just going to be working with her parents. At least that's kind of what I got from what's been going around through the sheets, Meltzer, some of the others, is that she's going out of. Before it used to be she wanted to be in the ring. Now it seems that maybe whatever it's finally hit her that she's not going to be in the ring, and now she's going to go to another part of her career. And then I still think that what might have happened.
Let me ask you something. If she doesn't,
is they might have lowballed her because again she's only doing the general manager on screen, and then she was like, "Screw this."
well, let me ask you something. If she does production, right, does she have to be on the show on a continuous basis as well, or no?
What do you
Like
mean? I'm
overall,
sorry.
like if she's gonna be doing production for wrestling as well, or outside of
No,
wrestling?
for her dad. It looks like for her mom and dad's production company. It's called
Okay.
$7 production. They did a lot of the Rock's movies and different things like that.
Okay, so here's
And I'm not
my
saying she's like going to be a producer or anything, but I think she wants to get involved on that side of movies and shows and step away from the
how
wrestling. But also, I think, again, judging by the comments she left, I think that played a part in some of her decision.
you want to know something, and I might be looking way too far on this, but I remember that she posted a photo of her with her partner.
Yes.
Um, and I'm looking at her. She's only 24,
Yes.
Ava. But I wouldn't be surprised if Ava is doing this because and again, I'm just spitballing. There's no
Yeah.
confirmation. This is no
Oh no,
sources
no.
or anything.
This is all spitballing we're doing here. I'm just the only thing we know for sure. Ava left WWE NXT. That's all I know.
I think she's doing this to like a if she really is gonna go and do this career like production and all that stuff, is because I think she wants to settle down with her partner. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see in the next year or so her getting married to her. I think that
Yeah,
that
but I mean, you're only leaving on Tuesday. I
yeah,
mean,
but
it's not like
there's
she's
a
not a
there's a
full
flex.
travel thing there. And I think I don't know where is her residence. I don't know if that's even going to be able to
Yeah,
look up. But
her partner is Tatiana Dumas, who's an NXT wrestler, was a former basketball player.
she was a former. She got let go a couple weeks ago in the cuts.
There you go. There you go. And when you're with somebody and that person quits or gets released or gets gone, it just doesn't feel the same working there anymore. I know by experience actually. So I think maybe that's why she decided to step away and said, "You know what? I'm choosing my partner over NXT." And I think it gives her more time to just be able to bond with her partner and eventually, possibly in the long run, settle down with her partner. Because I mean, she's really big into her. Like they really are together, like hardcore.
Yeah,
She just never posted a lot of stuff until she finally went public on it. But and a lot of the fans and a lot of the people were supporting them. You know, they were like, "Hey, good for her. She's come out and she's officially said that this is her partner." So I feel, and again, I'm just spitballing it, but I think it's because she wants to proceed with her life outside with her partner and probably get married and just settle down with her and then see where that leads, you know? But again, there's no confirmation on that. Like I said, I'm just spitballing. But that's just my vibe. Especially once, now that you mentioned that her partner was released, once you work for a company and your partner's gone, it doesn't feel the same, man. It really doesn't.
yeah.
Kind of
No,
lose
I mean,
interest
I think
sometimes.
it's a little bit of everything. I think it's just time for her to move on, and no telling what is happening behind the scenes in NXT right now. Because again, if you're not going to the main roster, feels like your time is running out there because they're going to probably cut you because they got to sign somebody cheaper. Like it's just it's the way it feels to me. Like the way they just all of a sudden think about this. How often have you seen the whole roster of NXT pushed up to the top? Even after WrestleManias and everything else, you'd get one, two, three.
Well, you had the draft.
I know, but
You
like
don't even have that anymore.
this wasn't even this was just Trick showing up and this one showing up and Oba's up there and it's like
Yeah, they really like TKO really went to Triple H and said, "Hey, push all these
yeah,
people up, man.
yeah.
We gotta
If
get our
we're
money's
paying
worth."
them, they're on the main roster. If they're not getting paid, then you're gonna have to cut them. Figure out what you want to do.
And not only that, I think in the long run, I think the WWE wants to go, excuse me, wants to go a different direction and show us the new breed of people, right? You saw it in Royal Rumble. They were pushing a lot of these young girls, you know,
Well, I'll tell you now, the Royal Rumble showed to me they have a stacked women's division, but the creativity,
sucks.
the creative in the women's division is terrible. Because when I looked at that Rumble, I'm like watching it as they came out, and I'm like, how the hell is this not like
I mean, even
pushed more?
Kalani Jordan had a hell of a fucking
Yeah, no, I
performance
mean,
out
but
there.
all of
She was
them when
great.
you're announcing and it's just like one after the other. You're like, they could have a, I mean, there's a couple in there that like Ivy Nile still needs some help there.
Maxine.
Candice LeRae maybe, but like this is the first 15 people into the Rumble. Charlotte, Alexa Bliss, Kiana James, Nia Jax, Ivy Nile, Lola Vice, Candice LeRae, Jordan Grace, Becky Lynch, Sol Ruka, Roxanne, Maxine Dupree, Natty, Liv Morgan, Lash Legend. That's a hell of a roster right there.
Stacked, dude.
And we get, every once in a while, like, it just tells me how stale the creative is when it comes to the women's division.
Yep. Yeah, because you didn't even mention Rhea Ripley, Tiffany Stratton.
No, they didn't come into the last half. This is the last 15 to enter. Zelina Vega, Raquel, Chelsea Green, Julia, Io Sky, Asuka, Rhea, Bailey, JC Jane, Nikki Bella, Lyra Valkyria, Kalani Jordan, Kairi Sane, Brie Bella, Tiffany Stratton.
They're stacked, dude. They just don't know how to create stories for those women, bro.
Stories for them, man.
It's terrible, man. Terrible. But, I mean, let's see, because Sol Ruka's still in NXT. Lola Vice is still in NXT. They're trying to do something with Jordan Grace. JC Jane is still in NXT. So maybe they'll do something. I mean, I like the direction that they're going with Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace is SmackDown now.
Yeah, she's gonna be challenging hopefully Jay Cargo. That's the route.
That'll probably be like Elimination Chamber or something, or SmackDown, whatever, maybe before Elimination Chamber.
It says Oscar says Women's Royal Rumble was the highlight of the event. Wasn't very pleased with the men's. I thought it was okay. I thought both Royal Rumbles were good.
I thought they were all both good. I just think you kind of had the men's figured out as the eliminations were going.
Yeah.
That's kind of as...
Yep.
Once it got down to Gunther and Roman, I was never thinking Gunther's winning. Before it started and Gunther came out 30, I was like, "Ooh, maybe Sammy was right here. It's a Gunther all-in night." And then when I saw the last 3 or 4, I'm like, "Oh, not looking good for Gunther." Roman and Gunther, I'm like, "Oh, not good for Gunther."
No. But we'll see. We'll see what happens with Ava. We'll see if maybe she does decide to come back to
man,
WWE.
You got to live your life, man. 24 or just...
She's still young.
Yeah, and again, she has that flexibility to where she can take that jump.
How's she related to The Rock? Is that her daughter?
That's his daughter.
His daughter? Yeah, so she has
his daughter with this first wife, which is the wife that owns the UFL and the $7 production and and all that. So
I mean that WWE door will be open.
Yeah,
every single time for her, no matter what. So she'll be fine.
It's a chance for her to go spread her wings a little bit, see what's out there, and I mean, fortunately for her, and she probably have a soft landing if anything goes awry because of her dad and her mom. But that's what she's 24, man. 24.
Yeah. All right, you want to jump to the other brand, the AEW brand? We'll jump AEW, and then we're gonna talk a little bit about TNA if that's cool with you.
Yeah.
So let's talk about AEW because there is a very recognizable person in AEW, and that is none other than Tommaso Ciampa. What did you think of Tommaso Ciampa making his way over to the AEW, sir?
It was a little quicker than I thought it was going to be, honestly.
That's true.
I'm wondering what his
pay? His contract?
No, not the pay. What his contract was with WWE, because he must have worked up and
well, he was spitballing a lot in a couple of interviews, saying that everybody was saying that his best year was 2018, and that kind of pissed him off. He was like, "Yo, no, I have plenty of time in my career. I got..."
Well, yeah, but I'm saying his best WWE time was when he was Black and Gold NXT.
Yeah,
and his title run there. So his contract ended January 21st.
Okay,
and then I believe it was that Wednesday he was on
Dynamite.
Like, I mean, even my understanding is the NXT contracts have a 30-day no-compete clause.
Okay.
So either he was working on an agreement with WWE that, hey, I'll stay until this day, but I can go wherever I want as soon as I'm done. I'm guessing, because I've never seen somebody, the last person I seen do this was Lex Luger when he wrestled at the pay-per-view and was on Monday Nitro the next night.
That is a good one.
Then it went to a 90-day no-compete for almost everybody. So it's one of those things to where I don't know what his deal was, but you know what, man? Kudos to him. Like I said, with Ricochet and some of these guys, sometimes WWE's not your style. NXT was more his style when they were running it there. Then when he got to the main roster, he fell underneath whatever. And kudos to him, man. I don't know that he should have won a title that quickly, but it is what it is.
Okay, so 2 questions for you. Number 1, do you think it was the right choice for him to be introduced on a regular Dynamite? And number
Yeah.
2, what you just answered, do you feel it was too quick for him to win a TNT title?
I what's funny to me is like they made a title, right? And they gave it to Ricochet, the North America, whatever that one was, right? Which was a new signee from WWE. Now you get Ciampa comes over. He comes Wednesday. They try to, I guess, bolster ratings and promote his match against Mark Briscoe for Saturday. And I did kind of think, I was like, man, they're not going to have Ciampa lose his first match. And they're like, it's for the TNT title. And I'm like, oh, damn, it's not even one of those contender matches where you beat the champion, then you fight him the next week. And then I look at social media and he's the new champion. I was like, damn.
Well, they got some ratings for the Ciampa showing up on
no.
Dynamite.
Yeah, I mean,
and for me, I agree with you 100%. Why the hell did you give this guy a title so quickly? Like, it's just too much. Like, I like the way they did with Ricochet. They gave him, his title is actually called the AEW National Champion.
That's right, the national champion. Yeah, it's an old NWA championship.
So I like the way that they took a while before they actually gave him a belt. But like, you're setting very high expectations on Tommaso Ciampa. Like, now he has to go on a run, be the champion. How long is he going to be a champion for? And then on top of that, who is he going to lose it to? Because eventually he has to lose it to. And then what is his next step? He has to go for the AEW World Championship because he can't go down. He has to go even higher. But like you said, it's so quick. Like, you're putting a lot on this guy, and you're putting all your eggs in one basket with this guy. And granted, it was great, his debut and everything, but you don't know what you signed up for. You don't know if this guy is going to be relevant today and then be non-relevant in a couple of months. You know how AEW wrestlers work over there. One day they're on top of the world, and then the next day nobody remembers who they are. So it's like, I was surprised that they gave him the TNT Championship so quickly. And granted, it was a great fight. I don't know if you saw it. I saw
bits and pieces of it on the thing. I didn't watch the whole show.
Really, really good. It was actually a Saturday Night Collision that was actually really entertaining because you also had the Rascals. The Rascals were on there as well, and they had.
I'll tell you something now. The last Collision I saw was not bad wrestling wise. The problem I had with it is it's tough to watch.
It is.
It jumps around and it doesn't. If you're just a casual fan, you're going to get thrown off by it. If you're a sicko like us, you're going to sit through it and watch it because it's good wrestling. Yeah. But if you're just a casual wrestling fan and you're like, oh, let me check it out, you're like, I have no clue what's going on. Click.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think they're doing a pretty decent job with the whole storyline of MJF and Brody King. I like that.
Doing better. They're doing better across the board. The problem is, and again, I think they'll stay too. Watching how this TNA thing is going, there's no way. There's no way. They're right now a distant 3. Because I thought they would get a little bit more help, and I'm not sure what happened there. Because everybody still talks like it's a good little partnership, and you still see, back and forth, but there's nothing on their TV deal that looks like they're getting any better help. Well,
let me ask you this because this wasn't in our topics, but this is on the AEW side as well. And you said it to me, actually.
Oh, by the way, real quick, today I'm at the casino, we're doing the show. I look up, I'm like, freaking Tony Khan is being interviewed on ESPN2.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. Is that a sign that maybe AEW is also going to go to ESPN?
He was on the Rich Eisen show on Disney Plus. They simulcast it to ESPN2.
Okay.
And they had it, but I didn't know that at first. I'm like, wow. And it's got his AEW, like when they do it to him, AEW's in the background. It's got Andre Andrade versus Omega, and then it had Brody King and MJF. The matches kept floating through the back of the back when he came up. But go ahead, sir. Sorry.
Here's what you sent me, and you sent it to me about a day ago. And it was the fact that there was an indie show, right? It was at GCW, and we had Megan Bain wrestle. Now, if you guys don't watch AEW as hardcore as we do, Megan Bain is a women's wrestler. She's pretty big. She's up there. She's a good
She's
roster.
legit. She's legit.
I like her. We like her. They could use her way better than the way they use her in AEW. But here's the crazy thing. She was wrestling Mike Speedball Bailey and Kevin Knight. And she kicked their ass. And if you guys don't know, Mr. Mike Bailey and Mr. Kevin Knight are part of the Trios Champion. How in the God's green earth do you have teammates? Because Hangman is the other guy in their Trios Championship. These champions lose to a woman in GCW in the indie show. Sean, why? Why would you do that? And this is my frustration with AEW. And sometimes, maybe it's not even AEW's fault. Maybe they just, sometimes Tony Khan needs to tell them, yo, you can't have this happen. Like, we all saw Chelsea versus Penta. But at that time, Chelsea and Penta was big in the indies and stuff like that. But Chelsea was up and coming. And then they've even asked, if you guys see Unreal, Chelsea says, I don't think we'll ever see Penta against me in WWE or anything like that. Keep in mind, Nia Jax, Chris Van Fleet just spoke to her. And Nia Jax at one point I was saying, hey, I thought they were going to put me up against the men too, right? Remember, she was, I think, in the Rumble too. So if you want to do these type of fights, you do them when they're coming up or when they're not champions, when they're up and coming in your programming. How in the world are you going to put your trios champion, a part of your trios champion, to lose to Megan Bain in an indie show, bro? That hurts you, bro. That's terrible. That's not, what is going on here? Is that Tony Khan?
But that's
Sean?
not even why I sent you that video.
Why
I
did
sent you that video to show you how badass Megan Bain is and how crappy they use her.
But dude,
like, you watch in GCW? They don't bring in. She fights the men in GCW. That's her thing. And so, like, to me, it's like, why are you not using her to bolster up the lackluster? And I don't even know it's a lackluster. You present it as a lackluster women's division because you have top names. You have Toni Storm. You have Mercedes Moné. You have, to me, Megan Bain. You have some of these other women, but you just don't do anything with them. The fact that she can catch, she had, I believe it was,
she had Kevin Knight in the back
on her shoulders. She catches Mike Speedball Bailey, does a Samoan drop into a fallaway Sam with both of them.
Dude.
And it's like, but you can't find nothing better for her than to team her up also with another badass, Marina Shafir, and they lose.
It's bad.
It just doesn't make sense to me, some of the stuff that happens. And again, I get it. Everybody's beatable. It's pro wrestling. I understand that. But she should be presented. She comes out in these luxurious, I mean.
Her attire's sick.
Her attire just says everything. And then you don't do anything with her. Like, I don't get it, man.
No, and then
again, on the indies though, most of the time, most of the guys that come in regardless will take the L's usually.
Yeah, yes. But again, Sean, why would so you got Megan Bain not being used correctly in AEW, and then you got her beating Jet Speed, and I'm like, why? Like, who is making these? Like, I don't know if Tony Khan if this is okay for them to run this, but this is bad. Like, how do I take that trio's champion serious? I mean, no knock on Megan Bain, but how do I take him serious? Like,
yeah, but that was a last minute ditch effort because they honestly thought that Powerhouse Hobbs was staying. Then they had to take the titles off of him because he told them that was his last night.
Yeah, but still, dude,
So
you're hurting your character, bro. Like people watch this because if social media didn't exist, okay, 100%, who cares? But now everybody can see this stuff. Everybody can see everything. And you go and you look at your trios champion and you're like, "Yo, you got beaten by Megan Bain, bro." Like she should be holding a part of the trios champion because she just beat him. She should be holding it with Hangman Page. She literally beat both of those guys. So it's like, come on, man. It's just bad decision. I don't know if Tony Khan has a say in those, but if he doesn't, he should be talking to them and saying, "Yo, don't do those."
I'm gonna say no because it's ran by Joey Janela, and since he didn't even fire Joey Janela, they just didn't bring him back. Joey Janela probably just like, all right, whatever you bring in here, buddy. They losing.
It's crazy, dude. That's insane. Just bad decision making from AEW from Tony Khan, and again, like
I don't know. It happens all the time, man. I mean, usually though, again, it happens like with your tag team champions, your trios. Trios wasn't as big back in the day, but you could have, again, it just usually what would happen when you brought in big names, at least for most of the Federation I was, for instance, if we're taking on a tag team from the whatever, whoever our next feud's going to be hits the ring so that there's no pin. They hit the people everybody came to see hits all their moves, do all their stuff, but there's really no winner, and you kind of schmoz it, and then, or if they're just there, then taking on a regular tag team, then they go over or whatever. It just depends on who you book them against.
yeah, I mean, again, for me, like oh,
Because
who
if I
was
believe in GCW, I believe Janela and Megan Bain are the champions, the tag team champions.
yeah, but then why put him against like have her like win not clean because she beat him clean, right? She also beat him clean. It
Oh,
wasn't
I
like
didn't know if I didn't see a pin. I just saw
I
her
don't know.
doing all the moves on him.
She was just toying with them. Like it was just
Oh
bad.
damn, she double suplexed him on the stage too. I didn't
Yeah,
see that
man,
one.
she just toyed
Hmm.
with them. Like she destroyed them, bro. It just I don't know. It doesn't look good in my eyes. There was one. Who was it? It was, I believe, it was man.
Oh, they hugged
Uh,
it out afterwards.
why would you hug her? She kicked your ass.
A show of respect.
That crap. Screw that. And again, another a random guy. I had no idea, and this is a little bit off topic, but I had no idea. I saw him on Saturday Night Collision, or I think it was on Collision, or it was either on Collision or Dynamite. Don Callis has a guy named El Clon, like a guy with a black mask and stuff like that. Who is that
Yeah.
guy? Where
El
did that guy come
Clone.
Is he
He's
from
there.
CMLL? Is that where he's from?
Yes. Yeah. He was. Oh man. Hologram.
He's hologram?
No, he was brought in to be the bad hologram,
Oh, okay.
but then
Okay.
hologram got hurt.
I actually thought that was hologram and he turned heel. That's what I thought. I was like, oh, okay, hologram turned heel. I didn't know that, but I think it was either on Dynamite or on Collision. I saw him and I was like, who the hell is this El Colon guy? That goes to show you how much I'm like watching I mean, I tuned in this past week
Wait
because
a minute. Hold on a minute.
but I thought that was hologram being like an evil guy. No, that's what I thought. But hologram, I don't know if hologram doesn't have the same tattoos. I don't think he has the same tattoos, so that's why. So I was like, okay, I don't think he's the same guy. Can't believe they still have Keith Lee. They have Keith Lee on the roster in AEW, and that guy is
Yeah,
nowhere to
so
be
the
seen.
original thing was to bring him in and he would wear a mask and gear identical to hologram, but in darker colors. I don't
Mm.
know if you can see his face there, but that's him right there. That is El Clone. But
Oh,
that's without the mask.
that's not he. That's because his face is painted.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it. All right, not bad.
Yeah,
I
he
had
was
no idea.
called Ares, and he actually came from AAA.
Interesting. Well, I mean, look, man, he was from AAA. Damn. Okay.
Yeah, because he was
Um,
trained by Blue Demon Jr., Grand Apache, and Skade.
There is so much talent in the AEW that they don't use. Like I'm looking at their roster right now, bro, and it's just whatever happened to the Outrunners. I haven't seen them in a minute.
They're
You
Ring
have
of Honor.
oh my god, I
Oh
hate when
man,
they
damn it.
what about Rush? Is Rush 2 still around? Like they look, I'm
Yeah,
looking at some of these guys that
Roosh was originally
Roosh, sorry,
supposed to
Roosh.
be there with Andrade, but Andrade joined the
Oh,
Callis family or something. So
yeah, he did join the Dark Cat. But
yeah,
then you got Keith Lee. I saw Leo Rush. Leo Rush was on there with this guy with
yeah, they
Action
took on the
Andretti.
Rascals. Yeah, they
They
took
took
on
it.
the
That was a great match.
yeah,
Not gonna
they're the
lie.
crew. I believe they're crew, CRU or something.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to Adam Copeland. He says that he's gonna retire in AEW, but nowhere to be seen from that guy. It's so random. Some of these guys, like Anthony Bowens, where has he been? What
Well,
happened to Big Bill? What happened
they brought the Acclaim back together, and then now they get no TV time.
Oh my god, what happened to Big Bill? I haven't seen Big Bill in a minute.
Him and the bounty hunter Keith, Brian Keith,
Yeah,
were a tag team on one of the Dynamites recently.
man. And then what happened to Bobby Lashley and the Hurt Syndicate? They just disappeared.
Lashley's hurt.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that explains a lot of stuff, I guess. It's just weird how they bank so much on the usuals like Darby Allen and Kenny Omega and MJF. It's just weird. I mean, Keith Lee is he in Ring of Honor too? Keith Lee?
Keith Lee hasn't been back since that one time. I don't know what hell. I don't know.
Kip Sapien?
He's running around with well, no, now he's not doing anything because he's one of Christian's people. That him and what's his name disappeared too.
So,
Are they still
man.
in Ring of Honor? There wasn't what you called a Ring of Honor champion.
I don't watch Ring of
The
Honor.
son, Christian's son. What was his name? Damn it.
Christian son. Oh, the young kid, right?
Yeah, I can't think of his name though. He was
his
a Ring of
name.
Honor champion.
Yeah, he was the Ring of Honor
Yeah.
champion for a minute. But I wonder what was his name? He was young. Remember, he actually fought a chick too, no? He fought I think it
Yeah.
was him or Swerve was the one that fought the girl who was in Ring of Honor as well. Forgot her name though. Yeah, again, a lot of in and out people. Chuck Taylor, huh? I don't know what happened to that guy. I guess Buddy Matthews is still hurt. I don't know.
Yeah, he's had a lot of setbacks with that ankle, so I'm not sure what the.
That
He's
sucks.
talked about it a lot on his Instagram posts. Like he's one day he'll wake up and he feels great, and then the next day it's back to the way it was. So he's not
Well,
even.
well, in that matchup when he got hurt, he was like doing some crazy ass somersaults and stuff like that with a messed up
with
ankle.
the messed up ankle, yeah. So I probably put him worse.
They still have Dan Housing on the roster. That's crazy.
Yeah,
And Chris
sure, of
Jericho.
course.
And Chris Jericho. Why is Jericho still on the AEW roster? I thought his contract expired. I thought so too, Oscar. Why is he still on the AEW roster? And he
Well,
actually he just signed something too, right? He just
I
signed
just I just looked up here and it says it looks like his end date is in late 2025 or early 2026. As of early February 2026, which is I guess the first or the second, he is still considered under contract or in a frozen state, according to some reports, as no official departure was announced by AEW. Tony Khan giving it back, baby.
There was an article I read of Chris Jericho. Here it is. Hold on. Let me see if I could. Oh no, it doesn't open. Damn it. But I know that there was something that he had just signed, like to do something. I forgot what it was, like a TV show or something. I don't know what it was, but we were gonna get Chris Jericho like in a TV show or something like that.
Yeah, well, it was a show that's already recorded.
Oh, really? That's what it
I
is?
believe so. I believe so. I think now I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, he's on so here it is. It says Chris Jericho to appear in a new TV series alongside Nicole Kidman. Oh man, big things right there for Chris Jericho. He says he's excited to share my up and coming role in the new series Margot's Got Money Troubles on Apple TV. And it looks like it's like a wrestling series. It's yeah, cuz I see Nicole Kidman like I see them in the ring. Oh, I might tune into this. Check it out. It premieres April 15th. So if you guys want to tune in, watch Chris Jericho, not in WWE or AEW, catch him on Apple TV.
On tax day, really?
All right. Last couple of topics we've been going at it again, guys. Thank you so much for following us. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe. And if you guys are catching the replay, also don't forget to do that. Hit the like and subscribe. Now, last topics here. We're gonna jump a little bit to something that we typically don't cover that much, but I wanted to bring it up with Sean because Sean brought it up a couple minutes ago too. The third company, and that is TNA, sir. And I've been tuning into TNA ever since they became, live on
Yeah.
AMC, right?
Mhm.
So the first thing I wanted to ask you is, I read an article, and this is something that's going on with TNA, and this is interesting, guys. So stick around because this is very interesting. What's happening here is that TNA just went live now, but they've been having a hard time getting fans in there. So there is a guy, a former TNA talent. His name is Master Amir. Master Amir. I don't know who that guy is. Who is that guy? Do you know who that guy is, Sean?
Mm-mm.
I don't know who he is, but he's a former TNA talent. And he's saying that TNA is using indie talent for free labor, promising dark matches, but really not giving them anything. And they're basically doing that, like getting like free labor, because they're having issues with their attendance. And in a way, I guess they kind of don't want to show the viewing crowd that they're struggling with their live shows. So they're making TNA employees like desperate tactics to go ahead and hide the attendance and hide, you know, the bad crowds. Now, here it is. I just pulled up the article. It says former TNA talent Master Amir is doubling down on his accusations against the company. This time claiming TNA not only exploits indie wrestlers for free labor, but also manipulates live crowd visuals to hide poor ticket sales. Now we know that people sometimes do
They do
some
that
stuff.
all the time.
We
It's
do that
not
all the time. So I get that. That I don't care. So this is what Amir says. I saw it with my own eyes. You had wrestlers who thought that if they kept going there, they'll eventually get a job at TNA. So they volunteered to work for free as extras. One of the things that they had them doing was ushering people to the side of the arena where the cameras were. That way, that side looked packed while half of the arena was empty. Yeah, damn. He also says these indie pro wrestlers go there and work 14 hours a day. Jesus Christ. He continued, they make them do things like serve other wrestlers food. Yes, in the canteen, I witnessed it. Picked up trash, cleaned blood off the ring. Of course, they set up the ring and everything else. At the end of the day, they do get a dark match, maybe 1 in 50. That's it. Free labor, free labor, free labor, free labor for people. What do you think about this, Sean? And now you worked in the indie shows. You definitely will know more about this. Talk to me about this. Is Are these legit claims by this guy? Is like, does this happen, or is this something that TNA is really taking
I
advantage
mean,
here?
it's how you want to look at it. This sounds like somebody that's like when I first got trained, I had to drive to Dunedin, Florida. It is a 6.5 hour drive, I believe.
Wait. Where?
Dunedin, Florida.
Where the hell is the knee in Florida?
The same thing I said. And we drove there, and what happened was that Dunedin is the home of the single A Florida Toronto Blue Jays. The
Okay.
Dunedin Blue Jays.
Damn.
So we would drive there.
Tampa.
Huh?
No doubt says it's Tampa.
I think it's a little farther than Tampa, if I'm not mistaken. Hold on a minute.
Clearwater.
I don't know about all that.
I have no
Let's
idea
see.
where that is. I didn't even know that a city even existed in Florida. Jesus Christ.
City, Dunedin, Florida. Here it is.
I'm gonna
So it
go-
is up. It is, yeah, it's north of Clearwater. So is it? Where is that there? Yeah, a little north of Clearwater. But it
No
takes a
doubt.
fu-
No doubt says he's actually been there before.
Yeah. No, I mean it's not a bad place. I'm not making fun of for that, but
What kind
we
of
would
city
drive
is it?
there. We would
Okay.
have to leave at 8 in the morning to be there by, I think it was like 2 was the call because we had to set up the ring on the wheels before the game started so that when the game ended, they could roll the ring down and drop it at home plate so we could wrestle for the crowd. When the
Okay.
show was over, we had to tear down the ring. We had to load up the truck, and then we had to drive the 6 hours back. So all in all, the day was about, I think I would arrive home at about 7:30 in the morning. So from 8 in the morning till 7:30 in the morning. I did
Wow,
that
Sean.
my whole first year during the season. I think they did 3 games there.
No way.
And then if there's a rain delay or anything, it backed everything up. So,
Oh,
there
jeez.
was times there. Also, I've been the TNA, and I've done security there. And I've been in the ring, and I got my ass whooped by Raven during the House of Horrors match with Abyss.
Nice.
I've been taught by Abyss on how to hold the hands when they're in cuffs. It's the things that you do for thing. And then there was a tryout one time. I got to go because of before said Bruno and Tilly. They did the they were the security guards for who was it at the time? Oh man, I forgot who it was. 100%. But they got me there. But other people paid like $500 to go for this tryout. And I'll
Jeez.
never forget what was said to us, and it was by the great James Storm. And I like the guy; he's a great guy. But he said, "A lot of you guys are going to watch your moves be done in a TNA ring, but not by you."
Damn.
As the people were trying out.
Well, at least he was being straightforward
Yeah,
with you guys.
I mean but that's kind of again. WWE usually gives you, I think it's back in the day, I think it's like $200. You go there, usually before the show, you might get a time in the ring with some of the producers, and then you end up being the security team. You end up being, whatever, But, I mean, I'm sure AEW's done it. I'm sure that you move the audience from your hard camera side over to the camera side so that the TV looks full. Everybody does that. WWE does it. AEW does it. TNA does it. Every wrestling company will do it that has a TV show because you don't want the TV part of the camera looking bare. If you need point in case, watch the Royal Rumble. Even though the seats weren't empty, somehow the Saudis made it look like it was an empty stadium. I don't understand what they put together, how they did the seats or whatever, but it was the weirdest thing because I was like, man, late arriving crowd, nobody's there. And then all of a sudden they did the Fireflies, and the whole thing was, I was like, where the hell did those people come from? And then when they cut the lights down, you could see people squatted down and different things. But this isn't anything different to me. Now, if they got them serving food,
Yeah, I was
things
going that route.
Like again, I don't know how much of this is
He
accurate and stuff.
he said
but
that
you've always had guys. I know he said he saw it, and again,
he said that they're
just,
serving food. They were picking up trash and cleaning blood off the ring.
I mean, when I went there, there was tables, and you
Okay.
just went out and you grabbed your food. And again, TNA's never done really live events. You have to remember TNA was at Universal Studios. And they were part of Universal Studios to where it was like a ride. People would line up outside, come in to watch a live taping. Half of them probably weren't even wrestling fans. They didn't know what they were there for. They just knew they were going to watch a live taping.
That's so cool. That's so random.
So they would line up, and there were TNA fans, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying, but that's how the crowd got so filled in the Universal Studios lot, because you would have people wait. And again, as it was growing and, Hogan and all them were there, like, of course, people were going to watch it then, but then they started traveling. But I mean, it's wrestling, man. I mean, if you want the break, you got to be there for the break. I mean, if
So,
you
but
don't,
Sean, 14
then,
hours. Were you getting paid when you did that? When you moved the ring and all that stuff? Did you get any compensation, or you did it for free?
I got, I think $75 total.
Dang,
And that was for
dude.
gas, or drive home.
Holy smokes, man, that's
And
crazy.
that was a good payday, by the way. That was a good
Oh
payday
my
back in the
god,
day.
what are you talking about there, anybody? That feels like if you were working in a third world country. Jesus
That's good.
Christ.
That's a good payday for that days, man. Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I don't know,
These
man.
guys, again, man, it's like sometimes I think,
Sean,
fuck, man.
$75, bro? That's insane.
Yeah, bro.
That's insane. I
My first year
wouldn't-
wrestling,
Jesus.
like, and you have to remember too, I trained in Fort Pierce. So 3 times a week I was driving to and from Fort Pierce before and after work. And on Sunday I would spend almost the whole day in Fort Pierce.
No wonder all these guys are like having their full-time jobs and then just doing wrestling on the side because
You have to.
there's no way you can
You
make
have to.
it in the
You have to,
indie
man.
world
There's
at
no
the
way.
beginning.
No way.
That
No way.
sucks, man.
No way.
That's
You got to
terrible.
go make a name and then come back, and then you might get paid better.
And that's only if you make it, right? Only if you make it, because
Yeah,
there's
if
no
you make a name for
guarantee.
yourself, you got to go and make a name for yourself, and then you can come out on the indies and maybe, at least go to maybe the cons or something and sign pictures and stuff for people that know you and things. That's where you make your money. You make your money on merch.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, the only thing that I didn't like, I liked our local shows because we didn't really bring in a lot of like higher talent.
Mhm.
Because when you brought the higher talent in, you had to raise your prices to match theirs because you can't undercut.
Oh, makes sense.
But it was terrible because nobody's going to pay that much for my picture. I mean,
Yeah.
who the hell am I? It's
So
like
nobody's
yeah.
gonna
So
get
it's like I didn't
a
even
picture.
you don't even go out there. But it's one of those things where like you got to earn it, man. You got to. Again, I'm not saying you sit there and you gotta, bark like a dog and all this stuff and all. And again, if they did that, then you know what? I mean, I don't know what. I would not get people's food. I went to TNA.
Take out the trash. Take out the
we
trash.
went to TNA and I never got treated that way at all.
Damn, man.
At all, man. And I got to sit in on a conversation with the guy that made me love pro wrestling. Got to sit around a pool with Dusty Rhodes and just listen to the stories after a taping. I mean, to me, that was worth the drive to Orlando and back that night. You know what I'm saying? Like, There's things that happen, and then there's things like you got to make the most of it. Like, again, if you go there and you're just like hiding, no, hey, we need a volunteer. What do you need? I mean, sometimes you get the good job, sometimes you don't. Sometimes you step up and you're okay, you're going to take 6 choke slams from Abyss through tables. Great. Or, it's just, but again, you shouldn't be taken advantage of, but you also should have to work for your opportunity.
Makes sense. I agree with you 100% because that's happened to me in the DJ world. When I first started DJing, like I've always said this story to everybody. When they first, and I'll tell the company, I don't care. It was Macy's. Macy's hired me to DJ a runway show. And this was years ago. This was 10 years ago. And shout out to my boy Bounce. He was one of my teachers back in the day. And they didn't even pay me with cash. They paid me with perfumes. They gave me 4 colognes and 4 perfumes. And that's what I was paid for. And I had to DJ for 4 hours and I did the runway show and everything. And that's how they pay me. They didn't even pay me cash. So I get it. I definitely understand where you come from. Also, I do feel you do gotta.
I bet you wish you had that when you had that plane trip, huh?
No, because then imagine combining cologne and shit. Yeah, that wouldn't be good. That would not be good. It was a pretty nasty smell. I don't think the cologne would outshine that stinky shit smell.
Yeah.
But now, one last thing, last topic. I know we're almost closing it up because it's only been 2 hours. Only 2 hours, right?
Only 2 hours. That's all we do.
But, so, if you guys haven't been watching TNA, I have. Hopefully, Sean, have you been tuning in now that they're live?
I have, and to be honest, I thought the second show was better than the first show.
100%.
But they still got a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna sit there and say they've got a lot of work to do, and I feel like they tried to be too much entertainment and not enough sport on the first one. You had 3 matches. That you got to have more than that.
Yeah,
you're not at that level yet to be WWE-ish with big in-ring promos. Nobody understands the talent yet. That's where you have vignettes, not live in-ring. Have vignettes introducing your talent. That way you don't you're just sitting in a ring looking at guys going, we have no idea who you are.
Yeah, and there's some criticism out there for Elena
And
Black.
I mean from the television audience. Most of the people that probably were in the audience probably know who they are. And there are some out there, but you have to take, like I said with AEW, you have to take into account that a lot of these people will not know who these people are. They're not sickos. They don't know all these people to where they're casual fans. Introduce them to your product, reintroduce them to the product, and hammer it home. Hammer it home.
100%, because that's the only way you're going to be able to get new eyeballs watching your product, right?
Yeah.
No, you got to fall in love with the wrestler. So, what's
Yeah.
the best way to do it?
You got to get investment. You got to get investment, or else they're not coming back.
All right, but now here's where we go with this investment, because there was a segment in the past TNA show that was kind of interesting. Now, I want to get your take on this one. And guys, I don't think I've ever seen this before. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I know Sean has been doing wrestling a lot more than I have. He watches way more wrestling than I do. I've been going hardcore these last couple of years. But they had this weird segment where you had a couple of wrestlers. You had, I believe it was Eddie Edwards, Trey Miguel, Eric Young, and the last guy, which was Steve Macklin. So you had 4 guys.
Oh, Feast or Fired.
What is Feast or Fire? What is that?
The briefcases. They open up the briefcase. You get a heavyweight title shot, an X Division title shot, a tag team title shot, or you're fired.
Yeah. So again, for us TNA guys that we don't know, the casual fan like myself, I'm starting to get into
TNA has
TNA.
done this forever.
Oh, so they have done this before.
Yes.
Okay, so is this a storyline, or does this
Well,
actually
Normally
happen?
it happens to somebody that's leaving the company, but Steve Macklin, I believe, just re-upped his contract. So I believe this might be more storyline.
Okay, because what ended up happening is, like what you said, Eddie Edwards scored the future world title match. Trey Miguel landed the international title opportunity. Eric Young got an X Division title shot. And then Steve Macklin got fired. But he did go on like social media and started talking about it. So my ignorance, because I don't watch TNA. I didn't even watch TNA when Hulk Hogan was there and all that stuff, because I hated that stupid ring, the way the ring looked back in the day. And I just was not involved in wrestling at that time. But I have gone back. I think one of the best promos ever was the Ric Flair with this guy. Damn it, what was his name?
Jay Lethal.
Jay Lethal. That was one of the best promos in TNA ever, bro. I love that promo. I could watch that 20,000 times and never get tired of watching it. When they went woo, 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 they were just wooing each other for hours. But anyways, long story short. So this is a storyline. This is not.
Well, normally, like I said, the person that gets the fired is somebody that's kind of leaving the company.
Okay.
But I understand. I believe Steve Macklin, if I'm not mistaken, just like signed a contract extension.
And let me ask you this. Would this work if they did this at like a WWE or an AEW, in your opinion? Or does this only, I guess, worked in TNA because they've been doing this for so long, I guess? Because I feel that this is something different. I've never seen this before. I've never seen it in WWE where you got 4 guys pulling out different briefcases and one of them gets fired. And I've never seen that in AEW. So do you think
his extension only extended it long enough to, I guess, get the fired briefcase. So he's a free agent.
That's insane. So let me ask you guys on the chat. Do you think that's something that WWE or AEW should incorporate in their storylines? Like, hey, if we're going to get rid of somebody, let's just go ahead and do this briefcase situation, because that's very interesting. The way that I remember when he pulled out the briefcase, I'm like, why these guys? This guy got a title shot. This guy also got and then this guy got fired. I was like, holy snap. And why would you sign up for that, Sean? Would you sign up for that? Like getting fired? And
if you're leaving, yeah.
It's pretty bad, bro. It's pretty bad. Because I personally, I don't know, man. I feel like that's kind of like jabbing me before I leave.
So
like,
here's
screw me over.
The historical fired case recipients.
Okay.
Curry Man, which was Christopher Daniels.
Okay.
Christopher Daniels actually got it. Chavo Guerrero was actually released in storyline via the briefcase. Robbie E. And then somebody that you may know, Eli Drake. Famously
L.A. Knight.
Got the briefcase and went on to become L.A. Knight.
So
after Max Dupree.
you know what they should do in WWE? They should do that once again and do that to LA Knight and fire his ass and put him out there again. I know Adrian would love that. So those were very interesting individuals who have pulled out the fire briefcase. I mean, I found it interesting. I had never seen that before, and I was like, "Whoa, this is kind of an interesting, kind of like different." I've never seen that in WWE. I've never seen that in AEW, but I didn't know if it was a story or if that was actually just like that guy is really getting fired because his contract is up and he's moving on. But do you think that would work if they brought that to AEW or WWE?
If they did their own little part of it, maybe. But again, it's something that like they have the Ultimate X match. It works for TNA. I don't think WWE needs that kind of
Gimmick?
Yeah, I guess in a way, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
because the way it works is there's 4 briefcase on a pole in each corner. And you fight. When you grab a briefcase, you get out.
Yeah.
So you're fighting. You don't know what's in each briefcase at the time. You're just fighting to get a briefcase. So technically, losing this match might be better than winning this match.
This is awesome. I didn't know this, dude.
Yeah. So you go up and you grab the briefcase, and you're done. That's your briefcase. It's like Money in the Bank, but 4 times. But 3 are good. 1's bad. So you don't know which one's which.
And then in the back, they reveal each briefcase to see what you got, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, they know what they're getting already, but yeah. I thought it would have been funny if Trey Miguel got the fired briefcase after they just rehired him. They fire him again.
That would have been funny. That would have been funny. That is some interesting stuff. I had no idea. I mean, I know NXT did the flag thing. Remember? I think they ran it where it was the United States flag, and then I forgot who it was the Canadian flag.
Canadian flag. Yeah. Flag on a pole match. Yeah, that happens. Those happen all the time.
No, that's like deal, no deal.
Yeah, in a way, but you're not able to just. I mean, you get to pick the briefcase, I guess, but you got to fight to get it.
No deal, sir. No deal. I'm gonna go out swinging. If you're firing me,
you're opening up the briefcase like, oh.
Well, if you guys don't tune into TNA, that is something very interesting. I tuned in and I was like, "What is this?" But it was really catchy. I thought it was interesting. I was like, "I've never seen this."
It's an interesting thing because you win, 3 guys are getting title shots, but that 4th person, like.
That is hilarious, bro.
I think it was Chavo. When Chavo did it, they opened up the 3 first, so then they already knew what he had. So it was like they didn't need to even open it. They were just like, yep, you're fired.
I gotta look on YouTube and see if I see the Chavo one and the Eli Drake when he gets.
There's a lot of good ones, man. There's a lot of good ones. If you set it up, I mean, now I think they just do it in the back, kind of like or they do it in the ring or whatever. But
that's what they did in this one. They put them all the way in the back, and then each one of them was opening it. And Steve Macklin, I think, was the third one to open it. And then he goes and he's like, "No!" And then the other guy, I think it was Eddie Edwards. I don't remember, or Trey Miguel. One of them two opens theirs, and they're like, "Yes, I got the I got the last good one." Yeah. And then the reporters interviewing him, and Steve Macklin is like, "Yeah, I got the." And then I see the big ass sign that says "fired." I'm like, "They fired this guy?" That's funny as hell. This is what
should be a pink slip. There should just be a pink slip in there.
Holy crap! I was like, that wasn't bad.
That's what they do, man. I like that. Because it helps out with a storyline too of somebody that maybe not be in a main event storyline to where now you can do the feast or fired match, and now you write them out of the storyline, and you can bring them back later. You know what I'm saying? Like it just, it's just one of those things where it's like good luck in your future endeavors.
Yep. All right, sir. Anything else you want to cover before we end the show? Man, we went 2 hours. Jeez.
Yeah.
That's because of me. I'm sorry, guys. I'm the one who, Sean came up with 3 topics, and I came up with like 7. And I was like, Sean, sorry, man. Sorry, but I know you've had a long day. I've had a long day too, but I work from home, so it's different. You were at the casino.
Yeah, so. I'll be back home tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm at the house.
Okay. All right, good. Yeah. I'm glad you're in there.
But no, man, I appreciate you. Let them know where they can check you out, Mr. Frankie Fresco.
You guys can catch me on all social media platforms, Frankie Fresco. Just look up Fresco because not too many people spell it the way I do with the Z and the K. And also, if you go and follow me on all social media platforms. You'll watch me. I'll be DJing in different certain places. I was in LA a couple weeks ago. That's where the whole shitty story came up with the lady shitting on me literally on the plane ride. And then you guys can always tune in to, the Squared Circle Digest, and just make sure you guys follow, hit the like, and also repost, man. If you guys I'm gonna see if I could get some of you guys, if you guys could help us grow. So if you guys follow us on X, on Instagram, and you guys can repost, or if you want to help us repost or help me repost, just let me know. Just send me a message. Be like, Frankie, you could tag me, and then what I'll do is I'll start tagging you guys. That way, you guys can repost, and then we could grow to the community. I see some new faces on the chat, so I'm happy to see some new people on there, and we appreciate every single time. We're just trying to grow, man. Two guys that love wrestling and love talking wrestling with you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed the show.
Yeah, please go check out the Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. I try to post. I stopped doing it because I wasn't getting a lot of traction in the community. I try to post questions and different things. Sometimes it got a little bit, sometimes it didn't, but I would definitely like to start that rolling again because it's fun interaction. There, SS_sports talk on X, Stanley Media House everywhere else. Want to thank everybody that was in on the chat today. Adrian, UM is OC, Oscar, of course. Thank you.
Thanks, Oscar,
for coming in the chat today. No doubt. Thank you for the anniversary wishes. Thanks everybody that gave me the anniversary wishes.
Adrian Karoon. Karoon was there.
Karoon's there? Where's Karoon?
Yeah, he was talking about the Jay Lethal thing. Woo!
Oh, there's Jay. Oh, Karoon was in. I'm sorry, Karoon didn't see that earlier. Make sure I don't miss anybody here.
Who else do we have? Steven Gonzalez, Bounce DJ.
Steven Gonzalez, thank you. Bounce DJ, of course. Memo, as always. Me Papa. And I think that Jeff from Long Island. Chad was in there real quick, too.
I didn't even see Chad there.
Chad there. He said they should have let him win the Rumble. This career killer is not cool with Frankie on this. Okay, I guess he's talking about Gunther at that time.
Yeah. Samurai
was in there. Kai, appreciate you. Kai Chin Chisholm was in there as well.
Man, we had some good people.
Yeah, we did.
On the chat board today. Fins TV.
Yes, don't forget next week to check them out. 8 p.m. That is next week, February 10th. That would be Tuesday, February 10th, 8 p.m. The Fins TV Awards. Looking back at the Dolphin season. Check out Sammy, Adrian, I believe, I can't think of the last. I think it's Chaput is his last name, Chaput, and a whole host of people. They got a lot of guests actually coming on for that one. So I'm not sure who all is going to be involved in that. But I don't know. Actually, I'm not allowed to say, I don't think. But yeah. Let's see.
Are you saying that? Are you a guest? Is that what you're saying?
I'll shut up now. I'll shut up. And me, Papa,
I'm not a guest. They didn't.
Well.
They screwed me over. If they didn't know. No,
yeah. They told me not to tell you, and I just almost slipped up. So
I knew it.
Yeah, please hit the like button. And
screw you, Finn Sammy.
Everyone else, I am not a part of it. Unfortunately, I was voted off. I was voted off the island. Voted off the island. I tell you. Make sure you check us out. Please go to Frankie Fresco YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. Jump over to Stanley Media House Network YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. We will be South Florida Sports Unfiltered will be heading your way at 7 p.m. on Friday. There's some NASCAR tomorrow. It got snowed out. The NASCAR race was snowed out. So I will let you know when that's going to happen. I believe it might be Monday. No Doubt is on the chat, so we'll have to discuss that. And we're heading to Daytona next week, baby. Next week.
You're going?
So, no. Well, February 14th, 13th, and 14th will be maybe in Daytona.
Are we going to Backlash,
Possibly.
Tampa?
Oh, Backlash, Tampa. We will be there.
But don't
be there.
Don't lie to me, Sean. Don't lie to me.
We'll be there. I don't know if I'll be in the building. I don't know how much tickets are.
I'm gonna have to.
You're the one that wants to spend $300 to sit in the 5th row of AEW, not me.
I'll tell you this. I was looking at WrestleMania tickets. The cheapest combo for WrestleMania tickets is $780.
Yeah,
and it was all the way in Spanish we call it Casa Carajo, all the way up there.
You're watching the bill. You're watching the scoreboard, not the
seeing little ants wrestle. Floor seats, they range from 7,000. I saw some that were going for
You know what they
3
range
grand.
from? Forget about it.
I really was looking into them. I'm not gonna lie. After I saw CM Punk and Seth Rollins, I mean CM Punk and the Tribal Chief, Roman
Oh,
Reigns.
look at
I
that.
was
Karun says if we go to Tampa, he'll meet us somewhere.
Karun. You know what? We might. It might be just you and me. Maybe Adrian. Adrian is also good. I don't mind working collaboration with the Rainy Day with Tony and Adrian, because asking Sean to go is like talking to the wall. Man, that's the truth. Sean never wants to go with me. He's like, it's like, I don't know, bro.
The
I
last time I
tried.
went with you, man, you had the car like 90 degrees. I'm in there sweating, dying. I mean, come on,
I
man.
got a brand new car. There's more room. You lost some weight. I could put it down to like freaking 50 degrees if you want. I'm gonna make it as nice and comfortable for you. That way you could come. Pause. Pause.
Yeah,
That way
yeah,
you
hold on.
pause. Pause. I don't
Let
mean
it
that.
sit. Let
I
it
don't.
sit.
I don't mean it in that way. I don't mean it in that way. I mean it in the way that you would travel with me.
You know Adrian's on the chat, right?
Oh
You
yeah,
know what's gonna happen.
that's why I immediately said pause, because I know where he's gonna say something to me. He's gonna throw that because of that comment. I know him already.
Yeah, no, we need to look at those. We need to look at that backlash and check that out, though. Definitely.
Tickets go on sale, I think, like in 2 weeks, right? I think
Yeah,
it's
I
on
think
2
it's
weeks.
2 weeks. Yep, yep. There's a
Uh,
pre-sale on the Thursday, and they go on sale that Friday.
yeah, maybe. Well, we
So,
could check and see. Maybe
yeah.
we could do a show out there. I wouldn't mind. I'll do the due diligence. I'll let me see what I could do. Let me see if I could pull some strings. Maybe I could pull some strings. I got some people I'm talking to now, so I like it. Maybe I could do something here. Maybe we could get in at a very cheap price. I'm not gonna lie to you. So I got
There
some
it
connect.
is.
I got some
Adrian hit the
connections.
chat. Adrian hit the chat.
Yeah, of course you did. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you, guys.
You make old ladies shit.
And I make Sean come. It's just terrible. Jesus Christ. PG-13. Sorry, guys. Sorry. It's just terrible. It's just I'm not good at this. Thank you for tuning in.
Emotional damage.
The squad circle die